Hello. Wait. Hey, you guys. All right, hold on. I am trying to do something, and I don't think I'm doing well. Hold on. Here we go. I'm trying to stream simultaneously on YouTube with my other device. So I'm going to see if this works. Okay, there we go. And I'm using one phone as a holder. How are you guys? Oh, child, we have a lot to read on today. Oh, my goodness. We have a lot to read on today. So we're going to get into the political chat read. I'm just going to finish my prayer in a second. And then, let's see, we have, what do we have left? Okay. What else were we reading? Okay, so anyway, for anyone who is wanting a personal reading, this is the list that you would go through, the menu. If you're on YouTube and you want a personal reading, you're going to have to go to TikTok in order to get one, because I'm not going to bounce between both platforms. Anyway, so we have a lot to read on. So just to let you guys know, I do have a new menu here for readings, and it's a little bit more extensive than it has been in the past, so I do want you to take a look at it. There are different types of reading here. It will help me be very clear on what it is that you're asking, but also too, some of these things are way more involved and invested than you believe they are. Like, they really are more involved. As I finally just like accepted last night, when yesterday when I did more things. Hey, love. So some of the personal readings have been more involved than I don't want to say I had realized. Then I had the boundaries up for, or something of that nature. So now, if you guys look at my menu here on TikTok, you'll see it's a lot more detailed. Okay, so we have a single yes/no question that'll let me get in, get out with whatever comes up after we marinate on your question. We have a 2-card situation reading. That's where we do the situation and then the challenge to the situation. I'm trying to hold my boundaries, you guys. Then we have a decision clarity. So that's a little bit more involved. And then we have relationship clarity. That's more involved. Some of you guys are coming with these questions that are falsely simple. We'll put it that way. You're bringing questions that are falsely simple. They are way more complicated. They are way more detailed. And I'm finding myself investing more time simply because I know intuitively they are more complex, and that's not fair. So now there is a choice of that, and that's relationship clarity. So we will dive into that a little bit deeper that way. Hey, Peyton. Hey, Moo. Then there's advice clarity, again, deeper. Then there's the in-depth relationship. There's the career clarity choice, because again, that's more involved. Life path clarity, that's more involved. If you want to prepare for 2026, we can look at your astrology. We can do an astrology read where we look at each house. We pull a card for each house in your chart. I don't need to know your special chart. We're just talking about the different houses. And then there is an energy read, which is for your 2026, which we will look at each month. So those two are quite involved, and they are there. So if you are looking to those kinds of readings, that's what this menu is all about, is for you to choose the type of reading that you actually want, okay? Hey, Leah. So this helps me, and it helps you. No confusion, absolute clarity. I know what you're asking. I'll know how to deliver, and I'll know what to expect as far as the time and investment in the energy that would be required to answer you. Whew. So that should be fair. I think so. All right. Hello. Okay, so we got some stuff to get into. Man, it's like, I mean, I know flood the zone is like their thing, right? They say flood the zone, flood the zone. This is a strategy. It was brought up by Bannon. It's a really good strategy. It works. It keeps you off guard, but it doesn't feel good. Girl, I am so rested. I rested way more than I should have today. I rested way more than I should have today. I really did. I really, really did. Quick thing. Hold on. I have to put you guys on mute for a second because I got a cough. Okay. All right. So I am streaming live to my YouTube channel platform as well. Just because the downloading is so annoying. When I download from TikTok and try to upload it to YouTube, the TikTok download messes up. It glitches, it repeats, it skips things. So it's been a little frustrating. Like right now, I just downloaded a 9-hour live. So we're trying to simultaneously stream so that at least TikTok, YouTube will have the crux of what we're talking about. Like it won't see our pendulum readings, but it will our cards because I'll hold it up. Okay. So hopefully there are no more questions about that. Hopefully that will solve the problem of having to download because it sucks. It sucks. It takes me so long. And then I lost all my October readings because I didn't download them in time. And hey, life's not real. That means we missed the MTG reading. I don't think it was in November. I think it was at the end of October. The MTG reading where we realized what her purpose was, that she's actually operating in her purpose and helping the Red Hatters start separating themselves from the cult, like those kinds of things. So I didn't download that in time. So hopefully this solves that problem. You know what I mean? Hopefully this solves that problem. So again, for those of you who want a personal read, this list over here in the viewer wishes is very detailed. If you're on YouTube live and you want a personal read, you're going to have to find it on TikTok. On TikTok, I am Girl Use Your Voice 2, which is TOO, and I'm currently live right now. And I'll probably be live till about 8 o'clock. We'll see how long this goes. All right, I'm ready to get started. There were a couple of things that I wrote down. And of course, it's not in this notebook. And so we're going to try this too. We're going to try doing the board in between readings so that I can give myself a visual of editing in case I still do take it from TikTok. So we'll try that. So as we move to another reading, if I don't remember, please say hold up the board. You know, that way we can get a different, you know, it just makes it easier. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This is the only way, these viewer wishes are the only way I will deal with personal questions because I do political chats and that's what we do over here. I like doing personal readings, but this will help me know how much time and energy will need to be invested into your reading. All right, so let's get into, woo, child. What do we have? All right, so we still had, there's so much going on. It's like, where do we start? Okay. I think we're going to look at Eminem, you know, Mad Eye Moody Mitch. I think we did the oligarchs. We did a really quick reading of the oligarchs. It came out very, very quick. It was like a 4-carter. We did Bradley. We did the nuclear reading. We did Vance. We did, okay, we have Musk to do, Bezos, Murdoch to do. Basically the media hit, what's their intention around that? I think we can do that one. Yeah, we did. I did also hear that Alaska had an earthquake as well, which is very, very interesting. My dream, we're just getting started. So, oh, I'm getting goosebumps already. That dream, oh my God, they're coming in strong. So I got 2 waves of them. The dream. Okay, so first of all, just to answer you, Leah, yes, I'm very rested. I actually slept from the time I got off with you guys until 3 o'clock when my son woke me up. Then I had that 10-minute dream. Then I got up again to feed the kids. And then I fell asleep again. And I didn't wake up again until 10 p.m. Thank God it was Sunday. So my kids ate cereal for dinner. I was not expecting to sleep. I did have a dream in that longer dream. I just don't know if it was political or what it was. Like premonition wise, I don't know. It did involve a shooting. So I'm really hoping it wasn't a premonition dream. It involved a shooting on a campus. Not a high school, but a college. And this was, I won't say scary. I mean, like I was in the dream. So we were hiding and we were running. So, I don't know. I hope that doesn't come true. I hope that's not a premonition. Because if it is to happen, it would be happening very, very soon because they're getting ready to go on holiday break. And I hope that's not a premonition. It was a college shooting. So I hope not. I really hope not. So that was my last dream. But the dream I had in the 10 minutes, that I knew for sure was premonition because I was definitely told, wake up and record this immediately. You don't have time to write it down, right? So I just like got up, I hit record. I was like, I know I look a hot mess, and I sound a hot mess. But in that dream, I'm fairly certain it's about 47, fairly certain. It was only in the retelling of the dream while I was on the camera that I went, wait a second, was that 46? Because I wasn't sure at the end. I was like when I was retelling it, but I'm fairly certain it was 47. So like I said, in that dream, wait, hold on, I'm getting goosebumps. All right, let's do that. Let's figure out who it was. Okay, we're gonna figure out who it was. Alrighty, so let's do that. Let's figure out who this dream was about. I don't want to ask Nyx right now because the setup is weird. So let's see if we can get it out of the cards. If we can't, then we'll go to Nyx. Okay, so I think I'm going to do, well, let's see if we can do it in a 2-carder. If we can't, we'll go a little bit further. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do this thing. Okay. Whew, hold on. Let me finish the prayer then, because I got to make sure. It was a little dark, so I got to make sure the energy is good. Okay, sorry. I had to finish praying. Hey, Andromeda. All right, so we're going to take a look and try to figure out who my dream was about. Was it about 46 or was it about 47? Because for those people who have not yet seen my video on my channel or on my page, I had a dream that it was done. That it was done. That the person has crossed over. That it was done. Okay? So, but like I said, it was in the retelling of the dream where my confusion started happening of, was that 46 or was that 47? But I'm pretty sure it was 47. So we're going to take a look at that first. So right now I'm trying to get a significator card, a card that will represent 46. Please give me a card that represents 46. Just one card, please. One card that will represent 46. Hello. One card, please. You saw it, Andromeda? Serafina. Like, what did you pick up? Did you pick up anything about it? What about you, Leah? Did you guys pick up anything? All right, can we get a significator? Do you want me to stick with this deck or do you want me to go to the other deck? This deck. Okay, good. Significator. 46. Okay. All right, so this is going to be the significator, what's going to represent 46 right now. So 46 is, and that's, oh, health. Duh. I was like, why is it pentacles? Pentacles also mean health. So 46 is currently, I guess, learning his health, learning how to navigate his health. So let's do a reading on him. And then we're going to do a reading on the next one. For 46? You know, I'll be like in my cards, so I don't know. I don't remember. I never remember. Oh, that's great. Okay, so that really did represent him. Oh yeah, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Him and his what do you call it? Executive order, being prepared for the future. Okay. So that is him. He's also got another page for him. I got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Both of these are in the upright. Okay. All right. That makes sense for them to be both his. So we got two pages representing 46. Okay. So we have two pages representing 46. We have the Page of Pentacles. We also have the Page of Swords. So, like I said, that makes sense because Pentacles are about health. Swords are about also mental health, like, you know, the things, your intellectual ability. I'm getting this is about his quick wit. And that is also about the planning that he did. Okay. So since we're talking about his health and we're talking about my dream, all right. So I don't think he's gone. So we have the 6 of Cups. Now, for us, when we did the 47, we were talking about this being about his dementia. So with 46, I don't feel that is representing the same thing. But it is talking about his challenge to himself. Nostalgia, childhood, innocence, generosity. Okay, so the challenge to that was I'll pull a clarifier after I pull the rest of this. I'll pull the clarifier after I pull the rest of this. What kind of... Let's see. Because I want to clarify on that. Yeah, he also had the Knights cards, I remember. Hello! All right, so his challenge is 6 of Cups. I gotta sit on that for a second. Ooh, is this the past? Yes. Okay, so in the past, okay, we have 2 of Wands in the past. We'll talk about that in a second. And what is the current energy he's in? What is the current energy he's in? Lord, I hope it's not the Death card. Oh! Yeah. Okay, the current energy he's in is the 6 of Wands. Lack of recognition, right? Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's put that in the current energy. Okay. What is he learning? What's the state of his learning? What has he learned? Oh, okay. This is the Minor Arcana Death card. It's the 5 of Cups. So we're gonna look at that. That's the loss of grief, the disappointment. All right. So what's his outcome? Oops. What's his outcome right now? What's his outcome right now? And then we're gonna dive into the meaning of this reading. I'm just trying to get it out before we spend forever reading. All right. So what is the outcome? What's his outcome? Again, keeping the dream at the forefront. What's his outcome? Was that him? Was that him? What's his outcome? What's his outcome? That's a lot of cards. Can you give me one card, please? What's his outcome? Was that him? Okay. I got the Queen of Swords in reverse for his outcome. That's interesting. Okay. So first, let me get some clarifiers on the 6 of Cups, his challenge of the generosity. Oh, that makes so much sense. I got the Knight of Swords in reverse for his clarifier to that. That I understand that now. All right. And what about for the Queen of Swords, his outcome? What's the clarifier on that? Naivety. Okay. This is outcome. What's his outcome? I don't understand that. I got the Fool in reverse as a clarifier to the Queen of Swords in reverse, and I don't understand that right now. And then I got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's not good outcomes. Okay, so straight up, just give me a yes, no card. Was a dream about him? Yes, no card. Was a dream about him? Hey, Samaria, I think. Was a dream about him? Oh. Well, I got 2 more pages. I got 2 more pages. Okay. The underlying energy is the moon, and it says no. No, it wasn't about him. 1 second. Let me see if I can flip the camera for... I don't know how to flip it for you too. So you guys are in reverse. Okay. This is not working. He has all 4 pages in this reading. So when I asked if it was about him, I got the Page of Cups, but I got it in reverse. And so while the Page of Cups was a yes card, in reverse, I always take it as a no. And then I also got the Page of Wands in reverse. And that's a maybe card. But again, I'm taking that as a no, especially with underlying being the Moon card, which is a no. 4 pages for a horseman. I will tell you though, this is honestly a very confusing reading for me. It seems like he's sitting in like a lot of regret. Like he's not at peace at all with what's happening. And his role in it, not at all. In fact, the major arcanas are showing up in his outcome, and that's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Fool in reverse. And again, the underlying theme, which was the Moon card. And that's speaking to his subconscious. So he's not at peace at all. However, he's still here. Okay. I mean, he is sick, but it's not the sickness that's the problem for him. Oh gosh, I'm getting so many goosebumps. It's not the sickness that is the problem. All right, let's take a look at this reading. But let's keep in mind when we read it, because I'm being told to keep this part in mind. This is the underlying theme to this reading, and it is the Moon card again. And the key words here on the Moon card is intuition, mystery, illusion, and subconscious. And I feel like he was under the illusion that it would not get this bad, or that things will hold as everybody else was. I'm sensing right now that he and Lady Lotus had a conversation about this, about like it's not going to get that bad. You know, like there are guardrails, there are restrictions, but I don't know how they believe that with 2025 being written down, you know. However, I guess they were expecting, you know, as the Lotus Queen refers to, they weren't expecting people to capitulate that bad, right? That is true. One, we just had the full moon, right? And the full moon is about this full moon in Gemini. Oh, shit, that too. Because he came out and he spoke out against the regime. He did just come out this week and spoke out against the regime around full moon time, where he said, again to the military, but to the people also, he said, y'all need to fight. It's like, this is not the time to lay down. You better get up and fight. You better fight. You better fight. You better fight. So, and he was very, very adamant about the word fight. So, let's remember that too. Is right around the full moon time, he came out. Oh, there we go with this blinking. Right around the full moon time, he came out with that. But also, like I said, subconsciously and the illusion, those two things are really sticking out to me. But also, what hidden truths or fears are you avoiding? And this was his fear. This was his fear. Kind of one that he wasn't allowing himself to voice. What's happening was his fear. So let's get into the reading. So keep that in mind. So significating being at the foundation of this reading of like, was that him who's dead? No, it wasn't him who has died in my dream. I do feel like he would follow 47 pretty quickly. But pretty quickly feels a little subjective because I can't figure out if it would be weeks, months, days. Like, I'm not getting that. I do feel like it might be in 2026 for sure with him too. However, the dream that I had is pretty immediate. So I don't think 47 will see 2026. Entertainment purposes only. I'm just playing with cards, okay, and talking about a dream. So again, the significator is the foundation for 46 are the pages. He's had to learn a lot, even in his 50 years of being in government. We all got a crash course this year. He's had to learn a lot. And one, he's had to learn how to deal with his health. And two, he's had to learn how to deal with the guilt. He has a lot of guilt on his mind, but also he's had to figure out what it is that he can do. One, as a former president, because remember, they had that decorum stuff, like they couldn't interfere. But 44 was like, F that. My kids got to be here. They got to deal with this. I'm going to speak up for them as a dad, you know. And then, like it took him almost a whole year of recovery and whatever to 46. Took him almost a whole year of recovery to finally be well enough to get in front of people to deliver the message he did. And it was very passionate and it was very coherent and none of it was AI. Okay. That part, babies, none of that was AI. All right. That was a real man right there. But the challenge though, to the things that he's had to learn, also to his own health, also to everything that's here, is the fact that he held on to the rules of how things were supposed to be. This is the Six of Cups, and so this is dealing with like the nostalgia. This is how government's supposed to work. If he's been around for 50 years, that means he was also here for Nixon, right? And Nixon seems like a cakewalk right now. Reagan feels like a cakewalk right now. Like all of them feel like we just, doing a two-step compared to the blatant crime mobbery that's happening right now. So that was a challenge, is like believing in these institutions that they would hold, that they would not capitulate, that they would, be standing. And he thought he was passing on a cup, granted, to a little person, a little blonde person who is wearing an orange dress and donned in a red cap, because he's not even MAGA. He's just a leader who created a cult. Talking about 40. I hate calling him 47, so y'all hear my hesitation when I say 47, because he's not supposed to be, entertainment purposes only. This is not misinformation. This is a personal opinion. Okay. So he's like, he's passing it on, but to a little child, to someone who's not ready and who was never ready to lead. It was as difficult for him as it was for 44 to give it to this man who has no right having access to the nuclear codes or to the bank accounts of America. But you think the institutions would stay in place, and they did not. So the clarifier to that is the Knight of Swords, but the word that really stuck out here was lack of direction for me. I mean, the phrase that stuck out here, again, about that nostalgia, about that innocence, is that he didn't know what he could do. Yeah, they both had to hand it to him. Isn't that crazy? But he didn't know what he could do. There was no precedent for this, y'all. Like, people keep saying, oh, we can't erase whatever happened, or we can't do this, or we can't do that. It's like, you can't tell me what we can't do, because we literally have no precedent for what to do when the president is your actual enemy. We have no precedent for that. So he had no direction. Nobody could tell him what to do. No one could figure out what to do. And the energy that I was feeling during that time is they were pouring over everything. What are our options? And they just didn't really have any. Their last option was a corrupt Supreme Court. That was literally their last option, because the Supreme Court could have issued an injunction, and I think they were told no. So that gets to the past. Because in the past, he was looking for those options. In those past, they were searching and searching and searching to try to find what it was that they could do. And in the past, he worked with a president in the past who was very decisive, but also a leader who listened to people's, input, but also, took, direction. In the past, he had a good thing. And in the past with himself, they were making progress. Now, mind you, I still maintain they lied about the economy, because the economy has been shit for the people who live under the stock market. So they did lie about that. And then there were a lot of corporations who were putting out fake jobs. They were putting out jobs and then they were saying, oh, sorry, we're not hiring. And then they'll put it back out. So corporations were doing their shenanigans. And so there was no real employment growth like it should have been, you know? So that was a real thing. However, he had a lot of shit to clean up, y'all. Can you imagine going into that house after that man the first time? Where he completely botched a pandemic? So, completely. We lost 1 million people and never had a chance to grieve it. Never had a chance to grieve. Because by the end of that year, we were forced to go back to work. Didn't care if we got sick. Nothing. So they had a lot of decision making to do. They had a lot of, they did have a lot of progress though. I'm not going to lie, they did. It's just, you're dealing with a very corrupt system in government, in corporations. They were just so corrupt. Y'all saw how the housing market went. That was corrupt. The rental market went. That was corrupt. Because you had, and his FBI actually discovered this. People were like, he didn't do anything. He has a long list of things that they actually did. He just never said, hey, look at me, I'm so great. He never put his name on everything, you know? But the FBI was actually investigating into these rental companies. And if you recall, because we had started talking about it on TikTok last summer, they had discovered that these rental companies in Texas were bullying everyone else to raise their rents and charge the same prices. So they were doing rent fixing, and they were actually getting in trouble through the FBI. But it never got to finish because guess what? He had to hand it over to the orange. I won't get mad about you people doing that to us. I just won't. And you hear nothing about the rental agencies anymore. You hear nothing about the housing agency anymore. There was no punishment because somebody came in and erased it all. Anyway, hopefully they just put it on ice instead of just throwing it out. I don't know. Because those rental companies do need to be called to the carpet about that. So the current energy he's stewing in is one thing too. And he feels like he has the same energy kind of that I had been living in, where it's like, don't you people know what I do? Don't you know how great I am? And it's like, no, people don't. That's why you have to tell them. And it's like, he was not that person. He was not the braggadocious person. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't a person who said, look what I do. He was a person who said, look at what my team did. You know, he was that kind of leader. He still is that kind of leader because he's still not going, guess what I did? Whereas you had, like in Kamala's book, she was like, I wish he told people the things that he had accomplished because he accomplished a lot, right? So anyway, I don't even like to hear the word messaging because it's such a business move and the government's not a business. But at the same time, it's like, it's the storytelling, not necessarily the messaging, because the messaging is something quippy and something that you just drive home. It's like see, spot, run. And unfortunately, this country is below 5th grade reading comprehension, right? People can read words, they just can't comprehend them. So yeah, for some people, you do need a see, spot, run book. But for people who are intelligent, they need to know what you actually did. And so you don't need to go, we saved homes. No, what else did you do? They need to see the list. You know what I mean? So yeah, we can put a see, spot, run commercial. We should get Gnome's husband to do our ad next time. Ho, 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 you're going home. What? It's funny, not funny. You are absolutely correct. However, the intelligent people needed to know, what did you do? How did you help my life improve? You know, how is this not your fault? Right? The whole thing about chickens and eggs was not a Biden problem. It was literally price gouging. For one, the farms were price gouging. There was a black farmer who came here on TikTok and he was like, y'all know all these birds don't have that flu thing, right? They're just price gouging. And they did. They were price gouging on those eggs because not every damn farm. I'm like, how it spread all over the country? You know, like, how did it spread all over the country when you're the one who has the chickens? You're not getting chickens from other people. These are literally your birds. There's no way it should have spread out. Yeah. But anyway, same thing with the cow stuff. Like, how is it getting to every cow? We got a big ass country, y'all. I don't think if people understand that, but America is quite big. Like, quite big. We don't have the same problems smaller countries have, where, yeah, it would shut down all their things because they're in close proximity and their wind can carry. We don't have those issues. So we have a lot of people who are price gouging. And that's why they're getting their karma too. Like, everyone's getting their karma. So it's not just, you get what you deserve, right? You get what you deserve. Now, the rest of us, though, damn. Why we got to be in the same team with you? Okay, so that's the energy he's stewing in, is that he had a lack of recognition. Like, he's really had people putting damn stickers on a gas tank. Like, here, I did that. No, child, the gas company did that. You know, it's like, y'all some fucking stupid people. But a lot of people, they were grifters too. They got paid. How many influencers on these platforms? I like that, actually. They are platforms because a lot of people were put out to rut and strut, and get paid spreading misinformation and disinformation. So yes, platforms. So that, right? So that's the energy he's stewing in, is the fact that all his hard work just got undone. And that's the thing he also learned here is, again, this is the minor arcana death card. This is the 5 of Cups. It doesn't mean that he's the one who died in my dream, but what's happened is he's learned that the country he loved is no more. It really isn't. The people are still here, but the country itself has to be rebuilt. And the good thing about death, though, don't feel so sad for it, right? The good thing about death is it is just the beginning. We do get a chance to do this new and do this right. We get a chance to do this from a better foundation, one that is not built on chattel slavery, one that is not built on sexism and oppression. We do get to create something where we don't have to keep adding amendments to say that this human being has a right and this human being has a right. We get to bake that right in from the spine of our new constitution. So we do get a chance to start over. Death is not to be mourned. It is to be celebrated because there's something new coming, right? But he has learned the disappointment in this country, like, ooh, huge. And he has grief over what has taken place. Once you grieve, you got to come back. And you see, once you grieve, you come back at the fight. Stages of grief is, I'm going to be sad in the beginning. Then I'm going to accept what happened. And then I'm going to be mad. And we're going to change this. I might have to order out of hand, but you experience it how you experience it. And so then we got all these cards here for outcome. So the initial card for outcome was the Queen of Swords in reverse. And there's this coldness and this bitterness with this. But what I really got from him is that isolation, right? I did get the isolation for him as far as like feeling alone. While he has a wife and everything, he still went through basically cancer alone. Like, there were still nights where she was asleep and he was still up dealing with this, right? But to clarify on that, I got the Fool card, which is really interesting to me because if I'm looking at this isolation, that's the outcome of, I guess his choices, honestly, right? Because it's weird because this reading was supposed to be, was he the one in the bed at the end of my dream? Was he the one that we were sounding the alarm about having died? And while we got the answer that no, it's not him, it still feels like it was to him. He does, right? He knows he may not live to see all the outcomes. So there is some kind of isolation here, some kind of bitterness towards it. But there was naivety, and he still has some, though. He still has naivety that we can rebuild. And you kind of need that, right? You need the foolishness of hope that we can rebuild. But again, still clarifying that things have come to an end. You know, things have come to an end. We are in a different cycle, but he's had a really hard time. And I don't think this is too bad, but it's still a bad thing. Where, you know, there were missed opportunities, and I think there still are some missed opportunities. Like, he can still continue to speak up. So let's see if he continues to do that. But at the same time, he's not going to be here to see the end of this. He's not going to be here to see things get fixed, because I really honestly don't see a length of life for him. I could be wrong, obviously. But he's tired, to be really honest. And it feels like he is ready to go, just not until, like I said, he got some petty energy. I think he'll wait until the orange is gone, and then he'll go. And that's kind of like, it's interesting, because we're getting, like, again, lack of direction. Again, nobody knows where to go. Here's a page again. So this is, again, something he was supposed to be learning. I don't think he's going to get a chance to learn it, which is like where to go, how to, he's not going to see the new beginning, basically. And that's sad. But then we have the Page of Wands here too. And it's kind of the same thing. Blocked creativity. This is creative block. Lack of inspiration. This is lack of direction. So it really does feel like he isn't long for this world, yes. But he's not the one in my dream. Okay? He's not the one in my dream. He will be right behind him, though. He's not. I don't know. That's the answer for that. Let's see the other guy. Let's see the other guy. All right, hold that reading in your head. Is an unexpected cabinet member? No. No. It was definitely someone of importance, not someone under importance. If you get my drift, right? It's definitely a top dog. I know people are saying that they are getting someone is going to is going to pass, but why do you be throwing cards? What am I talking about? I'm trying to see if there's a message to that, but I don't hear anything. Oh my God. And yes, my hair's still not done because I slept all day. Make sure everything is picked up. Okay, no cards. No cards. Oh no. I'm picking up my hair. I gotta use it tomorrow. Okay. And found it. All right. I did have one still down there. Oh, and there's my camera. I could have used that camera for YouTube instead of getting this phone. All right. Okay, let's get a significator for this other guy. You think one of them? I do know, like I said, we do have a couple of them who are going to self-check out as far as the energy was in a reading that we did. Hold on. Do I put the board up or do I? Nah, I'll just stick to it being one reading. Just making sure. Kegs, Barbie, Blondie, or Mikey. I don't know. I'm not feeling any of those. I'm more inclined to say Bradley because his life is over, as far as he knows, you know? And we did that reading already. Okay. That's interesting that these have returned. I haven't yet pulled out a significator for the 40. I'm gonna just call him 45, okay? I can't call him 47. And he shouldn't have been 45 either. I'm gonna just call him 45. But the Page of Pentacles came back out, and then this time the Hermit, and the Hermit is looking for answers. So that's introspection, but also it's looking to shine a light on answers. But these are the first two to fall out, right? And this is that dementia card that we often get. So I'm not sure if that's going to count as him. We'll shuffle and see if this one comes out again. And then we had the Page of Swords, and that was weird because intellect is not his thing. So let's make sure we get this all nice and shuffled. All right, so now we're going for a significator for 45. I'm not calling him 47. For 45. In reference to my dream. So was it him? Was it him? Was it him? Was it him at the end of my dream? Is he the one we're about to sound the alarm for? Was it him? Was it him? Was it him? The difference in funerals is going to be astounding. All right, so let me get a significator for 45, please. Just, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is in the split is the 5 of Pentacles, which is a big struggle card, which is being on the outside struggle card. And if you notice, it's the lady in red or person in red who's on the outside, and hobbling behind is their child, missing a whole leg. I don't know this, but no, not missing the leg. The leg's in the back. I guess it's supposed to be a cast. On the other side of the split, I'm gonna need that board though. On the other side of the split, I thought this would have came up as his significator, but it didn't. But the other side of the split is who a lot of us have typically used as him sometimes, which is the Emperor card. However, the significator chosen for him is the Anxiety card. And if you notice, he's in bed. Isn't that cool? This is like one of the only cards where a person's in bed. The other card is like a 4 of Swords. But he's in bed. And anxiety, nightmares, depression, worry, fear. And one of the things he fears is death. Very solid of a significator. So that is going to be our foundation card. All right, so my dream was the person was in bed at the end and he was passed. So I think that is quite solid of a significator. I'm pretty sure this answers my question as well. But anyway, let's see what the challenge is. The challenge is a similar challenge for him, which is the reverse wheel of fortune. Let's continue to read so that we can just do it all together. So what's in the past? That's a lot of cards, please. Please reduce the number of cards. What's in the past? Do I keep it this way? Yes. Okay. What's in the past? King of Cups in the past. All right. What energy is he stewing in right now? What's the energy he's stewing in right now? It's a lot of cards. Please give me just one. What's the energy he's stewing in right now? Did I flip it? No. Okay. It's a lot of cards. Just give me one. Oh. A lot of cards. A lot of cards. It makes sense, but give me one that really represents the energy he's stewing in. What's the energy over him in relations to my dream? All right. Okay. take 2. All right, so we have the Judgment card in reverse, and then we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. So those are our current energy cards. Let's see, to learn. What is he to learn? It's him, y'all. Y'all see that card? It's him. This is the Tower. And right underneath again, his energy. It's him. Outcome, please. Shit. Is that the outcome? Okay, I'm gonna set those to the side. I got the king, I got the 5 of Swords in reverse. And then I got the King of Wands in reverse. Can you clarify? And then I got the 5 of Cups, the Minor Arcana Death card, and a celebration. It's him. I'm getting goosebumps. It's him. It's him. My dream was about him. All right. Let's look at it. Yeah. That's pretty definite, right? That is so definite. And you know, 10s are completion cards and 5s are struggle cards, and he has king cards. He has 2 kings in here. Y'all, it was him. That dream is about him. Okay. So, significator. Again, at the foundation of whether or not it was him in my dream in bed, we literally got the significator card of him being in bed. So, this has definitely been, I would say, his last few months of life right now is the anxiety, is the fear of dying and whatnot. As I said, I don't believe we have seen him for months now. So it's a lot of AI. It's a lot of CIA stuff. It's for entertainment and information only. I really do not believe we've seen him at all, really, at all over the last few months. So I've always gotten that he was quite incapacitated, and this feels like he's been stuck in bed for a while. So yes, the challenge to basically him leaving or going or whatever is the fact that it is coming to a close. He is at the end of his life cycle, but he doesn't want to be. He's resistant to that change. He was resistant or afraid of death. And there were a lot of missed opportunities, right? I won't say he had an opportunity to be better, because that's not one he would have taken in the first place. But the missed opportunities are basically he didn't get to enjoy anything. You know, he spent a life trying to get back whatever he had in the 30s, in his 30s or 40s, even 50s. But the rest of his life was just being a has-been, who was really good at grifting. In the past, though, I'm okay. In the past, it says emotional manipulation, moodiness, emotional detachment. It's a hard one for me to say is the past, unless he is past. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is actually who he is currently, if he's alive. If he's not alive anymore, then yeah, that was the past, because he has been emotionally manipulating all this time. However, I just got also that this was his father, who really wasn't his father, by the way. You know, I guess The world would never know that. But this is also that dad thing. The person he could not please. He could not please that man for anything. And I guess if he knew that wasn't his father, then he would have realized he never would have been able to please that man. But anyway, again, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, but anybody with 2 eyes could see that was not his daddy. Anybody with 2 eyes could see that he was a little bit on the outside of the rest of the family as far as biological DNA stuff. Anyway, I feel like there should have been a Maury test, but whatever. His dad was alive. They could have did a Maury test. They could have tried to see if he was 99.99%. Who knows? Maybe his dad did it in secret. Current energy that he's stewing in is, on one hand, it's the people who walked away from him, his MAGA people. You see that guy dressed in red? He walked away. But in the reverse for him, this is about fear. And again, even though the fears they've been letting out, like, oh, I don't think I'll make it into heaven. Even though that wasn't him, because that was AI, it still was him, because I'm sure he voiced it and they put it into his AI. So he was afraid of that. And it's interesting. It says current energy is unable to move forward. Well, guess what? If he actually is passed already, he is unable to move forward. And the crazy thing is, we would not even know if he has. They will not tell us until they have to, until they finish or complete whatever they need to do. When I have my dreams, they are pretty much immediate. I don't know. I'm debating. I'm thinking I might do it with Nyx. I'm not sure. To try to see if he is already gone. I kind of think he is, though. Because the way these cards are coming out, it all feels like he's already done. But if it's not, then it's very soon. I mean, like, very soon. Because again, if the current energy is unable to move forward, the current energy is feeling stuck, and then the current energy is fear of change, resistance to transformation. It's the fear of judgment, because y'all see this is a judgment card. This is the second major arcana to come up. This could be life review stuff right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, if he's not fully gone, he's knocking on the door. Allegedly. Except, what did he learn? It's over. I think he's gone. Like I said, if he's not, he's right there. Chaos, upheaval, revelation, sudden change. I think he's gone. You got it? You got that he's gone? I got a clear message while chopping celery for soup saying he's gone. Clear as day, about 2 p.m. And I just had this dream around 3-4. I think he's gone. And I'm 3-4. Wait, what time zone are you? I'm really interested in hearing what time zone you're in, because I'm East Coast. Okay. So yeah, about that time, I had that dream between 3:14 and like 3:24 or 3:30, because I know I was I was recording the video by 3:30, 3:29. So sometime between 3:14, when my son woke me up, I think I stayed up maybe another minute to talk to him. Like, yeah, oh my God, it was fast. So like 3:15 to like 3:25, 10 minutes. I had a complete dream about not celebrating, but announcing that he was gone. And the person who was supposed to announce was knitting or doing something, like making something, you know, instead of doing the announcement. And so I took the wand and did the announcement. So I think he's gone. So again, we get to the outcome here. And the outcome is 2 outcomes that came up. And again, a struggle card and people walking away. So this is almost like a ghost moment. You know what I mean? Oh gosh, so many goosebumps. You know, it's like people walking away from him. Nobody seeing him anymore, like that kind of stuff, you know? But the words here are acceptance of loss. So it's like passing, like going over. Letting go of grudges, being humble, seeking peace. I gotta sneeze. Sorry, I'm trying to sneeze. It's not coming. All right, so like I say, 5s are struggle cards. But for him to accept the loss, for him to let go of a grudge, for him to be humble, for him to seek peace, he's transitioned or so fast into the transition. I do not want to be visited by him. No, I don't. I don't. Please don't. Please don't come. Please don't come. So like I said, these 2 came out exactly at the same time. So the King of Wands, though, is lack of vision, lack of leadership, overbearing, arrogance, impulsiveness. But he's upside down. And that's exactly how he would be. Is upside down. And he's completely dressed in red and orange. So this is that man, right? And he was creative. And that's the thing. He could have pursued a creative life instead of one that was just creative lies. He was into the arts. He was into those type of things. But the kind of father he grew up under would have seen creative as a weakness. And so instead of being who he really was, he was this dude that caused a lot of chaos. Okay? So, but that king is upside down, like Mussolini. Was it Mussolini or was it Stalin? One of them. Upside down. So then also adding to that, for clarification reasons, I got the Minor Arcana Death card. His cups are spilled. And then I got celebration. Because what would be the outcome of him leaving? Go with God, Crispy. Okay, so was it him that I dreamt of? Yes. Yes, it was. That's crazy. And you know what's really interesting? 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, 4 cups. 4 cups. 3 major arcana. 2 swords. And the swords are part of his outcome and who he is, and you know, the anxiety, the foundation of him. And it doesn't get any more clear than this reading. It doesn't get any more clear. That was him. He's in my dream. He is, if he's not already gone, he is at the door. That's a good ass question. I don't know how to figure out that answer other than going into a channel. When will we know publicly? Who the hell knows? Maybe they'll try to give him a Christmas death, you know? Like, look, like Jesus, he died on Christmas. Wait, Jesus was born on Christmas. Well, not really, but when would we know? I don't know, princess. We can find out, though, if you want to choose from this thing. if you want to choose from the list. I don't just read from my chat. Realistically, how long could they hide it? Until somebody finds out. Seriously, realistically, until they are perfectly ready to position Jay, Shady. And Shady's been getting ready. So, and they're having a disagreement about that right now. This is the Three of Pentacles, and that's the key word here, is disagreement, lack of communication, incompetence. So how long can we go? It could be a while before we find out. It absolutely could be a while before we find out that man is gone. They are too busy grifting. They are too busy trying to get as much money as they possibly can. That's why one of the children just got a contract with the government. Like, why all of a sudden he's getting a contract with the government? They got us suspended. Who knows how long they're going to do it? I have no idea. But it will come out. And it's going to come out, I think, before they're even ready. So this right here, it feels like the angel of death on one hand, but it also feels like a warrior angel that's like, your time is up. We're pouring out your cup. Like, you know what I mean? So, bruh. And those just fell out, Leah. All four of those cards just fell out. And I was like, okay, they answered the question. So yeah, they're going to try to keep us in suspense with it for a while. I don't know how long they're going to do it. It's so weird. All three of these cards at the end are even cards, except the first one. The first one was a 3, but then it's a 10, 12, 14. Patterns. 10, 12, 14. What are you trying to tell me then? 10, 12, 14. Fire cards are fast. Water cards can be fast. It's only earth that's slow. And so the first 2 cards are earth cards. So it's like, while they're trying to figure this shit out and get as much money as they can, they're going to drag it. They're going to drag it. However, once somebody finds out, especially because it really is going to be so hard to get everybody on the same page, because they're all there with their own agendas. But let the media find out, right? I gotta see what Fox had posted. I just heard that Fox let out some bad stuff about them, and I told y'all it was gonna happen. People were like, no, Fox still is talking. I was like, give it a second, because I already told you there's a media hit, right? But it's not only a media hit; it's to get you guys ready for the fact that he's not here anymore. So we got to stop saying he's amazing and start saying he's not. And they're just doing it very slowly. Well, actually, they're going quicker than they were before. But okay, so where do we want to take this reading now? Because I feel like, let's go to the media. I want to do a reading on the energy of the media. Let's see if they're going to actually say something. Say something, I'm getting over you. Okay, thank you. Wait, that's a good song. It actually fits. Yeah, so we're going to take it to the media. Let's do a media energy read. And by media, I'm really only talking about Bezos Media and Murdoch's media. Now, Murdoch owns Fox, the Fox News channel. He owns a lot. Fox News channel, I think he owns, what's that? Not the Washington Post, the other one. I always forget what the other one's called. What's the other one's called? Washington Post. The other one that's leaking this news. Wall Street Journal. Thank you. Wall Street Journal. So yeah. So they have the Wall Street Journal that those two that they own. Bezos owns Washington Post, and then Murdoch owns, I think he owns the Wall Street Journal. And so those two are laying on the attack when it comes down to the Navy boat thing. So that's just really interesting. Hey, Candy. Candy, you just missed the reading we did. Oh my God. That reading was wild. It was so good. But it's going to be up on YouTube. You'll be able to see it because the YouTube is currently streaming now. And it was towards, I don't know, like 30 minutes in or something. All right, let's get to the media. I want to look at the media as far as Bezos and Murdoch. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, that flew out. The Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is usually about, it's so funny, I'm talking about two men here. Two very intelligent men, by the way. And swords are intelligence. So I'm talking about these two men, oh gosh, who have been keeping all information from us, right? But it says here, indecision, stalemate, avoiding confrontation, refusing to make decisions, inner turmoil. So I actually don't feel, oh. Interesting, because underlying here is the Six of Cups in reverse again, which is stagnation, emotional baggage, and inability to move on. So what are you saying? Because it doesn't feel like they're having a refusal to make decisions. It feels like they're making a decision. They're letting this information out. Oh, okay. So how much and how intense of information? Oh, Candy, you didn't know I had a dream, girl? Oh yeah, that's the dream we were talking about. We did a reading about the dream. The dream where I dreamt the dream. Where I dreamt that somebody, big dog, died, and we were trying to figure out which one was which. Well, the dream, the reading just explained it. The reading just explained it was 45. I can't call him 47. Look at that. It's new beginnings time as we talk about this dream. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she said she got about 2:30 or something while she was just, when you're doing like mindless activities, your brain just be receiving messages, And so she said she was cutting celery and boom, got it. So my dream is the 45 is gone. Oh, Jesus. The goosies. Verification and validation. Goosies. Yeah, he's gone. I don't think he's still here. We'll put that for our next question in a little bit. The next question probably won't be on the YouTube channel simply because y'all can't see. I have my camera for the YouTube above you guys here on TikTok, so they're not going to be able to see Nyx. Look, this was our thing about him. So I think we're right. I think he's gone. I don't even know if I need to ask Nyx. This was his significator card in our reading. The 9 of... Why did you want me to see that? Knight of Swords is about fast action. Fast action, determination, decisiveness, assertiveness, and who else? You guys. I know you don't see this. Y'all saw them cards throw themselves out. I think this is about that. Okay. That makes a lot of decisions made a lot of sense. And notice they were all swords. It was the Two of Swords, it's Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And then it ends with the Devil. Yeah, so I think the media has decided to expose the devil, while also being the devil. All right, let's break it down even better. The media, Washington Post, and damn, I just figured it out again. I forgot. They are deliberately making sure that you see how terrible he looks, how terrible he acts. They're doing that on purpose because his health had quickly faded. And if my dream was correct, if y'all's intuition and the messages you received were correct, yesterday was his last day on earth on this side. And I'm getting goosebumps again. I think he passed yesterday. But we won't know because they've been doing AI and other kind of trickery. The Emperor, this is his card. This is his significator. I think he passed. Y'all, I think he already passed yesterday. Okay, let's see. Media. Let's talk about Bezos and Murdoch's decision to paint this man in a weaker state. They're letting us see everything. So what's at the foundation of their actions? What are at the foundation of their actions? You know, Bezos used to be scared of him, so I know that there's something there. Listen. Let's see. Bezos and Murdoch. Who owns CNN? Oh my gosh. Y'all never guess what exposed themselves to me. Him again. The world says completion and strength. The strength card, the weakness. This tells a story. They are doing it because that man is gone. Gone. I don't know how much clearer this gets. He's gone. Now we have to see how they move. We have to see how they act. We have to see what else they're going to do. Because he's gone. This is crazy. Thank y'all for liking this video. Thank y'all for sharing this video. I really appreciate it. Like, I really, really, really do appreciate the energy that you share with me. All right. So again, oh shoot, I forgot. All three of those cards were at the foundation. I gotta put them back. They were at the foundation of the reading. Hold on. I'm like, that's what I was pulling out. A foundation card. Dang it. Dead and gone. Now you got the song in my head. Dead and gone. Gosh, dead and gone. So it was the devil. It was... oh my gosh, what was it? World card. What else was it? It was the devil, the world card, and the emperor? What else was it? You think they'll throw in the double for now? Oh, child. I don't have a moderator in here. I would really appreciate it if somebody could moderate, because I don't have time to do both. Okay. Do y'all remember what the other card was? It was the Emperor. It was the Devil, the World card. I can't remember. It's like, it's weird because it's like while I'm reading, I can't remember what I read. Oh, Strength. There's strength. The strength in reverse and the world card. Okay, so that is the foundation of what they're doing. So we are right that they are doing this because he was coming to an end. He was weak. He was getting ready to die. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly why they're doing the media hits. I'm sorry, what did y'all say? Mm. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to ignore some stuff. Okay, thank you, Leah. I forgot that you had one. Okay. All right. Let's look at the challenge. So what has been the challenge to them then, if that's the foundation of where they are? Hello. I don't know if I can see chats on YouTube. I don't think I can. I don't know. How do you find those? If you're chatting on YouTube, I don't know how. Okay. So challenge. Ooh. What is the challenge to... What is the challenge to them releasing this information? What is the challenge to their intent of releasing the information? What's the challenge? What's the challenge? Okay. Another major arcana. The challenge to it is how quickly things are ending, how quickly this cycle is coming to a close. That's 4 straight major arcana, by the way, y'all. Wow. 4 straight. I've never had a reading that did that. Okay. So, and again, underlying energy for that is the greed of the merchants, the greed of the corporations. So this is part of the challenge as well, is, I guess, navigating the space of ensuring that these people don't take a hit while they are painting this guy as weak or what have you. So this has just been really interesting. Let's talk about what's in the past then. Why didn't they say anything in the past? So what's in the past? What's in the past with their media hit? We have the Knight of Pentacles and then the 10 of Cups. So this was in the past, preventing them from being able to, from choosing to show the truth about who this guy is. So the other thing too, as I split the deck when these cards came out, are 2 emotion cards. And so we also have here the Knight of Cups. They were emotionally manipulating us. And then also, this is interesting. It was just a decision they made. It was a decision they made to control what we see, to control how we feel, to control everything. They do own the media, and that's literally what it does. Okay, so what's their current energy now? Like, do they even know this man has passed? Like, what's their current energy? Oh, this spit itself out. Current energy is the truth. That's interesting. How much of the truth, though, are they going to show us? It's the Ace of Swords. So the current energy is the truth. I mean, they are showing us a little bit of the truth, but not all the truth. So are they stirring? Okay, I'm going to have to clarify that later, but not right now. Okay, you got to handle the truth. I don't know if they can, because then they're complicit. You know what I mean? If they finally start telling the truth, in full honesty, then they're complicit, because it's like, if you knew this, why didn't you tell us earlier? You know what I mean? They're going to have to manipulate the truth, like the dates. You know, the thing isn't really, what do you know? It's really, when did you know it, right? That's usually the thing that gets people tripped up, is when did you know it? When were you aware of this information? All right, so let's look then at what they're having to learn. Like, what has been, it's such a weird thing to say, what they're learning. What has been, I don't want to say results, because that's going to be outcome. Maybe how have they been impacted, or possibly, it could possibly be about them being honest about why. I don't know. Let's see. What's the, I guess I can say, how have they been impacted, or AKA, what have they learned? How have they been impacted, or what have they learned? Or how will they be impacted? Shit, stop throwing things. Come on, respect my authority. I don't know. He has been threatening them, because remember, like, when Bezos started printing the tariffs are at the extra price, and he called him immediately. It was like, take that shit down. Like, what? Okay. How have they been impacted? How have they been impacted? What are they learning? How have they been impacted? Please don't throw cards. Just give me the card. How have they been? You know, y'all funny. All right. Let me try that again. You're losing my cards, man. Okay, we please just get one card. Please. Making sure that none of my other cards are in a crevice or something. Okay. Listen, they trying to spit everything out. I'm not trying to hear all that. Like, just give me one card at least that represents the majority of what you got to say. What is the one? What's something they're learning, or how have they been impacted? Have these media? Thank you. One card, pretty much. Thank you. Temperance in another major arcana. Temperance in reverse. Okay, we're going to get to that. And the Fool card underneath as energy, that they had been foolish. Interesting. But, so what's the outcome? What is going to be the outcome of what they're doing? Eight of Cups. People being able to walk away, to move on, to let go. Interesting. All right, let's look at this. Well, hold on. Let's get a clarifier for the temperance lesson. Can you give me the clarifier for how they're being impacted? How are they being impacted? Because I don't understand that part really for them. How are they being impacted? You know, Temperance did say from the 21st to the 20th of December, it was going to be some shit. Y'all remember how much we kept getting that Temperance card, right? Oh, look. A minor arcana death card again. Damn. Okay. So that's, how does that clarify though, the Temperance card? How does that clarify the Temperance card? Don't regret the past, look around, new opportunities all around you. I guess, maybe. How does that clarify? Oh, that's what they about to learn, though. Ooh, okay. You gave a lot, y'all. The stuff they just threw over here in the learning area. All right, that's enough. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at the all right. Yeah, the card's got a lot to say. A lot to say. What'd you say? Start being honest about why? I don't know. We'll see. He's been threatening them and no one else can. They want to embarrass him even if it's moral. Yeah, but the thing is, they're going to have to be careful about the way they navigate that, right? Because again, they implicate themselves. Like, you're literally going to be letting people know that you stop the truth from coming out, you know? All those cards, because so many people that want to do something to embarrass him. It's interesting. It would be ritual energy drawn when they embarrass him publicly from this. Oh, I don't know what all that is with them. I do not know. I'm not part of no secret society. I'm just the counterbalance to all of that. All right, so again, at the foundation, we have these 3 major arcana about the media companies that Bezos and Murdoch run. And so as we talked about, like, what's at the foundation of them is the fact that they are doing these hits now. They're letting us see him now because he is weak. He is no longer the strong lion. He is being tamed by life. You know, he can't beat life. So he's at his end of life. The devil is at the end of life. Okay, so that's at the foundation of it. That's why they started doing it, is because of this. The challenge to this, though, has been that, you know, things are changing rapidly. So they've been having to come out hit after hit after hit after hit to try to make things happen. Like, to try to, like I said before when we were reading on this, is to try to prepare people for what's happening. No, feel free to mute people because they needed to be muted. And then in the past, what was it about the past? The past is that it's not laziness, right? Okay, so in the upright, this is a knight, right? A knight that has pentacles. So a knight with money. They didn't have any real values, so I'm not going to use that as a values card. But in the past, you know, they were mercenaries. That's basically it. They were at his beck and call. They were working with or for him. So they had mercenary activity. By preventing us from knowing the truth, like, do y'all know what's really happening in this world? Do y'all know that there's a national security report that was just released that is very, very loving on the vodka country and very, very anti against our allies? Did y'all know that they're talking about and if you don't know that, understandable, because these people have been preventing us from having our information. We have been literally manipulated, right? So they were the mercenaries. And so in the upright part of this, why they were doing it, it was not from lack of ambition or progress. That's the part I'm trying to find the real word of what it is. No problem. I'm trying to say the real word of what this is, but you said they would use half the truth to separate themselves from it. Yeah, I can see that. I can believe that. I can definitely see or believe that. It's I'm trying to put the word on it because, like I said, to me it's not laziness. To me it's not procrastination. So it's not like those kind of personal faults. The reason why they didn't let us know this information is like more sinister than this. It wasn't lack of ambition. Honestly, it just felt like lack of desire to, like, I don't want you to know he's weak. I'm out here trying to do what I'm trying to do. So I don't know what the appropriate word is for that, but I'm just going to go by lack of desire as opposed to lack of ambition, like lack of desire. I don't care for you to know that. But the other thing too, the reason why I feel like the celebration card here is in the past is because this man made them money. So he was good for their publications. It was so annoying to hear people say Biden is boring. The news companies miss having something to talk about every day. Y'all, there's so much that happens every day that you get to be talking about. But no, you want to keep focusing on black boogeymen. It's like eventually that story does get old. How about you say some good news for once? How about you say something that people want to find out? Like, tell real stories instead of trying to scare people all the time. But anyway, so he was good for them. So when he won, they celebrated that shit. And they celebrated it. All we got to do is give him $1 million. Okay, cool. We'll just give him $1 million for the inauguration, and then we'll be good. Except that loose cannon was, that bull in the shop was hurting everybody. And so then now they're in the energy of truth, which is weird. But I do agree with you, Serafina, about them probably going with a half truth as opposed to a real truth. Because like I said, we're seeing him slurring. We're seeing him being forgetful. We're seeing him sleeping. And mind you, that's not even the real him. Okay, so these are AI hymns. And we're still getting to see that. And so that's why when I got that hit about they're showing you that because his health is declining rapidly, it just made so much sense. So now they had to show you partial truths, right? They did. They had to show you partial truth because he wasn't actually out of bed. He wasn't actually out and about. That was an AI thing. So yeah, I'm not addicted to no crisis news. I'm addicted to good news. Like, there's this dude on here. What's his name? Zach be over here taking people who's down on their luck or homeless or got children or their light bills getting cut off or whatever. And he and his community are giving these people like $5,000, $10,000. I'm addicted to that. If I want to cry, I'm going to watch a Zach video and I will boo-hoo cry. Because I'm like, there's still good in the world. And that's the thing. What people don't understand is, okay, this is what people do. And I hate what they do. When there's good on the world, they be like, why are you showing this? Why are you recording this? Why are you posting this? We don't want to see this. People are down in their luck. You shouldn't be posting them. I get that on one hand, right? But they get permission to post these people, right? Because a lot of homeless people feel invisible. He helps them be seen. He even gives them hugs. And they hadn't taken a shower in a minute. Okay? They're being seen. They're being treated as a human. And then it's like, y'all ain't got problems with people popping balloons and shit. Like, oh, I don't like him because his eyes are too close. Pop. You love that news. You love to hear that this person's sleeping with this person, sleeping with this person. You love to hear about these unhealthy news. And then you go, there's no good in the world. There's nobody to be trusted. Well, you told the good people to be quiet. And you celebrate and amplify and share and repost the bad. Who's the problem? You know what I mean? Is it the good people or the bad people? Who's the problem? It's the consumer. So I consume good and I amplify the good. Like, I try to. And y'all need to make more effort too. And obviously I chastise some people because I just lost 15 people. Okay, so you're addicted to the drug they give you. Change your drug. Like, change your addiction. Be addicted to good. Because in this dark world, we need to see more good. We need to have it amplified. And yes, it feels wrong to be showing that you do good things, but if you don't amplify the good, people will always think the world is bad. And there's just so much good out in this world, just so much. But anyway, so What are they learning? So we sat here in this temperance energy. And again, it feels like, honestly, it feels like some supernatural interference, some celestial / divine interference at work here for me anyway. Because the temperance feels like, all right, I'm finna snatch what's in your cup and pour it out a little bit. You know, like I got to balance it a little bit. Y'all have too much. So that feels like that's happening. So what they have been impacted by is his extremism, his imbalance, his disharmony and excess, but also the administration, right? So now it's like you were trying not to report on him, but now you got all these monkeys, you know, to be reporting on. You got the one who gets drunk. You got the one who buys planes that ain't got engines. You got the, like, you know, and now it's like, I can't report that. If you don't report it, that's affecting your news because you're not reliable anymore, right? But anyway, so to clarify on that though, is the death card, the minor arcana death card. So how are they being impacted? They spent so much time not telling the truth that now that he was facing death or is now dead, because like I said, I don't think he's here. You gotta hurry up and help us get used to the idea of this guy not being here anymore, because he's gone, right? He's gone. And this is his card in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. He's gone. Or damn near gone, right? So it says control, rigidity, abuse of power. And they did learn basically that these people don't have any gonads. They don't. The only reason they're telling the truth now is because he can't hurt them. These men are the women they thought they... Let me not say it. I want to say some really bad words, and I'm like, shut up. Don't say that. I don't think they'll announce it, Annabelle. Like, I really don't. Because, like, I think it's going to sit on ice for a minute, you know? I don't know when we'll know. And I think that's the debate here. That's the inner turmoil here. Is when can we say he's gone? And it's interesting, this came back up because this was in the energy before we got to reading with him. But he is again in bed. But it's also keeping them up. You think 3 days? I don't know. I feel they're going to wait a couple weeks. I'm feeling at least a couple weeks. At least a couple weeks. Because they would have to explain how he just suddenly died. But they just signed this guy out of prison, the Honduras guy. You know, like, they have some things in the works that I think is going to have to be complete before they do announce it. That could be true. That or Jack's thing is expected on the 17th. His testimony, but it's closed testimony, so I don't know. And then something else is on the 19th. And then there's some celestial astrological thing on the 19th too, I think, that's supposed to be impactful. Is it the moon or something? The new moon? I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's that they have to figure out how to emotionally manipulate us, which is what they're doing, by the way, as they're starting to let you see this man sleeping and all that kind of stuff. They are playing with your emotions. But, you know, like I said, they're debating when they will put that news out that he's gone. Yeah, they are going to... I literally think when I said put him on ice, I literally do think that's what they're going to do, is leave him in the morgue or something. But the outcome is... it's going to work, what they're doing. It is going to work. Like, we got this card with his cards too. And that is that MAGA will be walking away. Like, they'll understand he's gone. So it will work. It will work. They're trying to pace it out of when they're going to let us know he's gone. But like I said, I just dreamt yesterday that he's gone. And several people have said they got the impression, the hit that he's gone. I think he's gone. And so the media has been trying to get us prepared for that for over the last couple of weeks, but I think he's done. So it just feels like it's a matter of when will they tell us. And I do think they actually will tell us before the 20th, looking at the Temperance card. Because remember, Temperance card is the one that we've been getting that has been telling all the secrets anyway. Remember, I was like, on the 21st, something's going to be happening because the Temperance card came out and told us that. And so the Temperance card has Sagittarius energy. So it's the 21st of November to the 20th of December. So I think this compacted time is probably by the 20th. We'll find out. So overall, what is the media doing? It's exactly what I said, is that they've been preparing us for his impending death. And I think now that he has crossed, because it doesn't even feel wrong to say that he's crossed, because I dreamt it already. He has crossed. He has crossed, you know, so. Or he's very close to crossing. I do feel he's crossed, though. I feel like he's gone. I feel like he's gone. Let me see if I can get a yes card. Has he gone? Has 45 left the building? I mean, we got that he is the subject of my dream. I just need to see if he has already left the building. Has 45 already left the building? Can we get a yes or a no card? No maybes, please. Yes or no card. This is a yes card. The 8 of Wands. And 8 is completion. Movement, action, rapid change, travel, communication. The universe is sending you a message. Act now. Act fast. I think he's gone. I think he is gone. Underneath is another yes card. That's the Queen of Swords. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. 2 more yes cards that were sitting there. That is Judgment, and that is the 9 of Cups, the Selfish Merchant. This card was here too. That's a yes card as well. Yes card, yes card, yes card, yes card, yes card. Yeah, I think he's gone. I think he's gone. Oh, man. I wonder if they're going to keep showing us him being out. Because it makes sense now with the timing of that peace prize. It's like trying to end him on a good note. But that was AI as well. Okay. Delay. There is going to be a delay. But they are working together. They're working together. So they'll be reporting at the same time, basically. But he's gone, bro. He is gone. Like I said, if he's not already gone, even though I got like 5 yes cards, if he's not already gone, he's like probably gone by the end of this week. But I think he's already gone. Okay. What was next on our list? I think he's gone. Like, I can't let that go. I really do think he's like out of here. Which board? Oh, board. Thank you. I forgot to do it for the media. Board. This is for me to know when to cut my video when I edit. All right, board. Okay. What was left? God, there was so much to read on. What else is there? Where's my other Post-it? Is it in my book? What was the other thing? Oh, yeah, gone. If you go to my profile, you see that I had a dream yesterday that I announced his death in the dream, whoever I was. Oh, thank you. 46:45 immediate for dream. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Let me write that note. Okay. Where did my pen go? I literally just had a pen. Are they rolling off the thing? Okay. So what are we doing next? Because that feels pretty big already. It's like, dang, all right. I can go home. Good night. Whoever called for me to read on my dream, thank you. Was it you, Candy, or I don't know. Does this have ink? Okay. So, y'all, please make sure you help me with my goals. I would truly appreciate it. Oh, then it must have been Leah. I would appreciate it if you guys help me with my goals. Tap it up for me, please. I'm only at 24K. And also, there are goals up there. For anybody who'd like a personal read, this is the menu. You may look through it and choose what type of reading you would like to do. And the way you choose it is by clicking on the icon. And that's how you order your reading. Thank you. Thank you for getting your daily heart, me girl. Make sure you comment so that you can get some points and tell TikTok you are a human being. I really do think there's going to be, when we switch over to the new administrations, because we're going to have a council first, or coalition in between, that it's going to be a really huge thing about them having to verify people, like verified by either ID or something, that people are human beings. I did hear in Australia, I think it was, or some country where they are banning all children. Look, he keeps coming out. They are banning all children from social media. They're like, you can't be on. So that's really interesting. I don't know if something like that is going to come here, but it's going to get to a point where we're going to have to prove we're adult enough to be on social media, like we're real. So yeah, if you guys can make sure you get your daily heart me, and please help with goals, that would be fantastic. I'm giving you my energy as an intuitive. Please reciprocate energy. A thank you would be nice. Okay, so we did Bradley. We did the nuclear thing. We did, oh, let's look at, I was gonna say let's look at Tennessee. But I feel like that would be a moot point to do that. Let's look at the GOP party as a whole. Hey girl, thank you. Real quick, Q, do you want to do your reading this morning after I drop the kids off? That way we can get yours done. Speaking of which, y'all, damn, I forgot to change the thing again. If you go to my profile and then go to the hyperlink on my profile, you will have the ability to book a private reading offline. So it's just me and you. Only while live do I honor the one for 30 minutes. So again, that's right on my profile. Good morning, Cole. Okay. Let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. Woo, woo. Okay, so a lot of you guys don't panic. Just don't panic. The man is gone. So we're just waiting for them to tell us. Doo-doo-doo. That's interesting. I do pray he does not visit me, though. He's not allowed. I was not his fan over here. I won't be his fan over there. Nope. Okay. You know who we never read on? I don't know if I want to read on, though. It was Charlie. We never read Charlie. Please don't tell me any stories or anything of your personal endeavors or whatever in the comments, unless you choose which reading you want to do, because that's when I will share my energy with you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Because, girl, I have goals. I have to figure out how to move. So I'm trying to take care of my goals here. I have less than 30 days to figure out how to move. It sucks ass. All right. Personal problems. And it really sucks because when you have gifts, people are like, don't you just know? Guess what? Gifts aren't for me. They're for you. Like, they're for me to help people. They don't help me. Because, you know, like when you have a gift, one, you got to have trust in your gift, right? I don't have trust in what I say about myself. So you got to have some emotional stability. And I don't have that for myself. So it's like if I hear, oh, move to Japan next week, my thinking brain's going to come in and go, how the hell are you going to move to Japan? Why would you move to Japan? What's there? When you're supposed to be trusting your instincts and trusting the messages you get, because it could be like, move to Japan. And then all of a sudden I win Japan's lotto or whatever they have, and I can make my own movies. What? That'd be awesome. But I would not live in Japan. I'm scared of the Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire. Okay. Thank y'all for lighting it up. I appreciate you. For people who are like new to TikTok or just don't understand how it works, the coins are like a penny, right? So I would love to visit South Korea with my children. They would think I was so cool. The Wi-Fi there is very sketchy. Nah. See, I don't need sketchy Wi-Fi. Somebody was like, move to Africa. I'm like, but like, y'all who be on the West Coast, y'all Wi-Fi be cutting off. I gotta have good Wi-Fi. Yes, I have first world problems. I gotta have good Wi-Fi. Okay, let's get down to business. Who else should we read on? So I have, it's like, with that man dead, it's like, I don't know who to read on next. And we had so many people. Oh, she always glitches? Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and look at Fancy Pants. I haven't looked at, well, we did look at him. We looked at him 2 days ago. But I guess they would have told him, right? It's been 12 hours minimum. I don't know when he actually did it. I just know I woke up immediately at 3 something. And then someone on here said they got the feeling around 2 something. So it definitely happened, I think, this afternoon. So he should know by now. We got to watch how they move, y'all. We have to watch how they move. That's going to be really important, how they move. Let's go ahead and let's check in on Vance. Then we're going to check on Shady Pants and see what his energy is doing. How are you doing, sir? Okay. If my dream is correct, I want to see how you're doing. I don't like saying if my dream is correct. It's like, I know it is. My dreams always come true. Like the premonition ones. Hopefully not that one about the school shooting. I hope not. Miller, we got, is going to self-check out. Is this for him or did it just fall out? I got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse right now. Lack of focus, procrastination, mediocrity. Well, that does describe him. You know, I was trying to get the significator for him. And mediocrity is a great word for him. Inability to learn, that's a great phrase for him. So, is that his energy? Yep. All right. So, what's his challenge in this time right now? If he has found out about the passing, what is his I'm gonna write Mueller down. We'll see. I mean, I don't ever celebrate anyone's self-checkout, but if somebody gotta go, might as well be him. I mean, when you cost people their lives, I'm no judge. Can't let me be the judge. Can't let me be the judge. Listen, if I was on the tribunal, I would be like, since y'all want to act like it's 1930s, we're going to punish like 1930s. So let's build some wooden things with some dangly ropes and see what happens. Maybe that'll help you feel right. Okay. That's so funny. We went from an 8 of Pentacles in reverse to a 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And so the challenge to his energy of right now, having found out what's happened, is that homeboy is impatient. He's very impatient. And it's crazy because this is usually a good card. It's like the things that you paid off, the things you've been working on, the things that you harvest. I mean, the seeds you've planted, they're ready to harvest. But he ain't getting it that way. He has lack of a long-term vision. He didn't plant any good seeds. This boy was stupid as hell for entertainment purposes only. But he was stupid as hell because he made enemies when he didn't need to. Like, he literally just said something else dumb. And I was like, man, shut up. Like, just shut up. Because you're pretty much in. Shut up. But no. No. And it's interesting because the energy underneath for his challenges is deception, confusion, lack of understanding, and hidden agendas. So that makes so much sense. That's the High Priestess, which is a major arcana card. So she's like, that's why. That's why. Okay. So somebody just spit out. Is this for the past or is this still for that? Past. Okay. So in the past, he was taking risks. I mean, running for whatever he ran for, what was it, Senate or something? That was a risk. Signing up under Peter Cottontail, that's a risk. So he had this firebrand energy. He went for things. He wrote the book because he was told to write the book because it would humanize him and do all this kind of stuff. So he was always taking action. He had that wife who was pushing him. Hey, Janice. The wife was pushing him. He was passionate about stuff. Did y'all ever watch his speech about DT before he got with DT when he was a never Trumper? Hey, Denise, if you've ever watched his speech when he was a never Trumper, I was like, I actually like this guy. I was like, where did he go? I actually like this guy. I hear the sincerity in what he's actually saying. And it's not because he was a never Trumper. It's because you literally, if you fine tune your ears, you can hear when people are telling the truth, because truth sings. It like reverberates through your body. It like, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Truth is like, it's, I don't know. It's just beautiful. Hold on. I'm going through my goals here. I'm trying to get my gallery filled, so I'm going through my goals. Anyway, thank you. Because, you know, my girl got to figure out how she's living. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sorry, YouTube. I'm simultaneously live streaming, guys. So I have a YouTube above you guys. However, this has been a dangerous position. Thank you so much. Hold on. Well, good thing I didn't start reading. I can cut this part out. Ah! Sorry. No, Siri, I don't need you. Come on. Rest. Rest on top of him. Now you're stupid. Not stupid, but slanted. Ugh. Nope. Ugh, hold on. Sorry. There we go. This is somewhat of a thing I can work with. You guys are still good. Okay. Oh, wait. We did start the reading. Duh. All right. So I'll have to figure out how to cut that part out. Well, I won't cut it out because then that's too much work. And I don't want to do that. So is this his current energy? Okay. Is this his current energy? All right. He got a page. You know, we get pages for him a lot because he's a little boy energy. But he got the Page of Pentacles. Oh, thank you. The Page of Pentacles, which is in reverse. And that in itself is lack of focus, which is, again, like what we got going on with him. There's lack of focus, missed opportunity, lack of direction. impracticality, frivolity. That's him currently. Like he's really, 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 really not ready for what he's about to take on. And it's no one's fault but his own. Like all he had to do was like open the book and start studying. It's like, dude, you know you're coming up next. Why are you not actually ready to come up next? Instead, he's creating enemies with his bad energy. That's crazy. All right, let's get to, has he learned anything? Is he learning anything? Has his lack of energy. This man, I swear, he's lacking a lot. So we got lack of energy here with the Sun card. Negativity, setbacks, delays. He thinks he's going to occupy the seat. I don't know about that. Every reading we get with him, he's not occupying hardly anything. If he's there, he's going to be there for what feels like a minute as opposed to what it was supposed to be. It's really in it. Oh, yes, we definitely got to read on Musk. Give me the outcome. So what's the outcome? Is he going to take the seat? Will he be able to handle it? If we're looking at the current energy of him knowing about DT not being here. Let's get down to business. Y'all. Oh, mediocre mayo. I love it, Sean. For real. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. When I tell you that's meritocracy. Okay. We got this card again. The Eight of Cups. Again. With all of these guys, we're getting this same. Oh, and got that devil energy. Now, he's supposed to be breaking free from that. That's what it's supposed to be as his... He ain't going to be there very long. He's not going to be there very long. Oh, my goodness. Now, remember, if the Temperance card was the 21st of November to the 20th of December, the Devil card is the 21st of December to January. I think that's about as long as he will be if he takes that seat. Interesting. Oh, Lord Jesus. Interesting. So again, like I said, he got the Eight of Cups in reverse. And so the Eight of Cups is fear of change, feeling stuck, unable to move forward. It's that unable to move forward. That's the outcome. Unable to move forward, which is interesting because it's in contrast to the Devil reverse, which is breaking free from limitations. What I do see, though, is I don't think he's going to be there long because the cycles are changing. And this could have meant like him coming up into the spot, like that's his spot to take. But it feels like the cycle's been changed without him, because if we stuck to the tradition, he would be next. But something's changing. It's Wheel of Fortune. So something's changing. And All right, so let's look at it as a whole. So looking at Shady Pants' energy with the knowledge that either 45 is gone. I'm not calling him 47. I just can't. 45 is gone. And I'm getting goosebumps. So we are verified and validated. Every time I say he's gone, it's like I get him. So it's like, okay. With the energy, the 45 is gone or very, very close to going. How is Shady Pants Vance? And we're looking, like I said, at the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And this is showing him with his mediocrity, right? He is mediocre at best. His ascending to the role to be the leader, his biggest challenge here is that, oh, he definitely can because he's not getting a divorce. He's going for the annulment. We talked about that. But his challenge to ascending to the seat of leader and what have you is that he's not going to execute it well. Why? Because the man didn't do his homework. He had time to do homework and he didn't do it. So he has no vision. Like he has serious lack of long-term vision. He has a lack of progress. And it's not about his disappointment, but the fact that he is a disappointment. He keeps making people not like him. It's just crazy, you know? And then in the past though, he was gung-ho. He was getting it. He was doing what he had to do. He had a checklist and he was checking it off. Teal told him to do this, he was doing that. His wife told him to do this, he was doing that. Because he don't have any real identity, everybody was telling him what to do. That's the thing though. Mr. Peter Cottontail is in trouble. Matter of fact, let's read on him. But I just feel like he's in big trouble right now. And the page, this is where he is currently. So currently, lack of focus, missed opportunity, lack of direction, impracticality, frivolity. He is upside down. He doesn't have any real values. He doesn't really know who he is. It's just not right. Like I told you guys before in a different reading, we got that, or in a different channel, channeled energy, we got that he would have been a great president. He would have been so good in a different timeline. He would have been amazing. Hey, Jessica. But baby, no, not now. So what is he learning, or how is he being impacted? Well, this is our first arcana of the day, and she said, no, baby. Instead of this being a success card, because this is a huge success. No, baby. This is lack of energy, negativity, setbacks, and delays. What you thought was going to happen ain't going to happen. Not the way you think it's going to be. She really just said, like, you thought. But no, baby. Because she follows it up with some outcomes. Outcomes here, y'all. Outcome. All three of these babies came out as outcome. Outcome is, again, no, baby. This is you being stuck and unable to move forward. So you thought you were going to take that seat? You thought you were going to rule for 10 years? You thought you was going to be that dude? No, baby. All right. So even though you are free of the Orange Menace now, you are not free of the other guy who is the Antichrist, like who's literally trying to tell people that the Pope is the Antichrist. Okay. So you still tied to one, if not that one. However, he does, like, on one hand, I feel like he could have been tricking everybody, like, I'm gonna do what you say, and then he get there and be like, throw them in jail. You know, that would have been cool to see, but that's not gonna happen. Inevitably, he'll overcome some of this stuff, but it won't be in a big seat. Because even in this card, you got the devil sitting on the throne, and he's in reverse. So no. And then finally, things are changing. Like, so the order of things, the way things were going to go, that's not going to happen. So like I said, I don't see him sitting there long. I actually don't ever see him getting to the seat. So maybe it is when we find out this man is dead. That's when we rush in and be like, hell no, stop the presses. Let's do something different. Or, like I said, he might ascend for a minute and we still do that. Stop the presses. Something's wrong. How long this man been dead? Y'all been doing things without his permission. You're not elected. He was. You know, so it's like, y'all have committed treason or high crimes. Period. So, out you go. Because they have. And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, you can prove this is treason. Like, okay, so for instance, the national security report that just came out, or there's, over the last weekend, whatever. Because, even with Jared Kushner shouldn't be in none of our government business. He's not elected. He's not in office. Why is he in any of our government security business? He shouldn't be there. But that said, the fact that you guys are sitting in here pushing vodka propaganda, you're checking off the box of what treason is. Treason is. Damn it, where'd that book go? I stuck it in my purse. There are like 4 pieces of treason. Let's see if it's in my purse. There's like 4 pieces of treason that have to be... Wait, what did I do with that damn book? Y'all got to get your Constitution, because Constitution is important. And I don't know where I just put that book at. I just had it. But it has very, very, very specific rules of what treason is. Treason is aiding and abetting a person in a time of war. I think we're going to be able to redefine this period as being in war. Just like we said, there's a Cold War with Russia. Remember that? During the 70s, 50s, whatever. 50s, 70s, one of those. There was a Cold War with Russia. I think we're going to get into understanding that we're at a cyber war with Russia and China and I-state, right? So I think we're going to be able to redefine the fact that we are in a war, especially with Russia, right? Because they have infiltrated us, and then we have our people pushing their propaganda. So it is at a time of war, and I do think we'll be able to redefine it like that. Also, aiding and abetting the person, like providing comfort or whatever. That's what it is when you're pushing their propaganda, when you're literally taking their documents and putting them forward as if they are our documents. And then also 2 or more people have to see you doing the same thing. I think that matches. So we'll see. We'll see. I think we should be able to get them for treason. If not, high crimes. And high crimes is sedition and all that stuff. And we could still sweep the house with that. Yeah, he couldn't pass the background check at all in the First Amendment. So why is he in any of our business except for business? Leah, you just got a flash. What if it all comes out? That's what I'm telling you. Because I got that hit, what, last week or the week before? I went like, oh shit, that's how we clean out the whole thing. Is because once it becomes very clear to the people, like once they can now speak about it, they're going to go, okay, but who signed everything? Okay, but who made that directive? Okay, but because if homeboy was sick in bed, who did this? Neither one of y'all should have been able to do it because you weren't elected, because you weren't the leader, you weren't the commander in chief. So you were just making decisions by yourself. He wasn't signing off on anything. You did use his auto pen. You get what I mean? Like all that is treasonous, or at least high crime / sedition. So, and then you got that other boy pretending like he the president on Truth Social. Yeah, no. And yeah, and then the auto pen, like y'all know the rule. Every accusation is a confession. You know that. So once everybody starts admitting and allowing and figuring out that we have not seen this man in months, he hasn't been calling any shots. He has not been putting out any laws or any edicts or any executive orders, that this is coming from people who have no leadership. We're going to be able to clean house. And the first person I think we're going to go after is Miller. I think he's the first person we're going after. Because how you on this man's social making these, oh, you can't come here. Oh, we are double taxing you. Oh, like, how you acting like the president? Like, you ain't even elected. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to pay. And high crimes and sedition is the least of their payment. Because like I said, if I was a judge, you want to act like it's 1930s? Well, let's punish like it's 1930s. That's how I feel. That is how I feel. Because if you just put them in jail and they get a chance to come out with the next one or whatever, all they're going to do is just do this junk again. They need to not even be able to breathe again. Because they don't care nothing about us breathing. Hell, if they could figure out how to sell air, a lot of us would be choking. Child, Melania trying to go. It's Barron you got to worry about. Melania is like, deuces. See, look. That's what's going to happen. That's so interesting. These 2 cards fell out, but I'm a little confused about this because this is usually my military card, right? The Chariot. It's usually my military card, but it came in the reverse, and it says something about lack of direction, lack of control. Now, we were just talking about that, about the whole thing, the circus in whole, but and then there's a celebration at the White House after it's done. Okay. And then there's confusion. Okay. Y'all feeding me confusion. Hold on. I gotta fix this camera. Because for some reason, y'all are leaning down. Hold still. Yes, I talk to inanimate objects. I'm trying to get y'all right. Because I had to change and charge the other phone. Okay. So thank you for getting your daily heart. Me. All right. Oh, you know what? I never read on her. Speaking of, I never read on Melania. Let's put her down. Okay, so we just read on Shady Pants. Who next? Let's go to Miller. So we're gonna wave the board so I know where to cut. Okay. Let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. Thank you for getting your daily heart meets. Make sure, guys, when y'all do get those, that you put some kind of comment. That way you get all your points. And then go collect your points, because you'll see like a plus sign or something at the top, just where you got your daily heart me, and start racking up the points. You're basically telling TikTok that you're a human being, and you're also telling TikTok what type of content that you like. And also, when it's your turn to be doing lives, it seems to be nicer to you. Because I make sure when I go in people's lives, I get all my little checks. And I hit repost, so they know that I'm an engaged person. If I want to repost. I don't repost everybody. Listen, you got to be selective. Back to the first round when they were involved. Wait. What I missed? Okay, so you got the flashes, you're loading your car. They will turn to once they know they've been found out to save themselves. Yes, people will be singing. People will absolutely be singing. I think one of the first people, we had that Pentagon Pete was going to be a singer. But instead he threw Bradley under the bus, which was interesting. And that's because he realized shit was getting real. Well, you know what? Hold on. Who put that out? I think Washington Post put that out about the boat thing. Let's read on that. Why did Washington Post put that out? Because those boats aren't even real. They're not even real. They're actually AI. Let's look at why. Wait, is that the card? Let's look at why they put it out. Okay. Cottontail. Yeah, I got him down. We're gonna get to him. Back to the first round where we were. He's still been talked about as being indicted though. Oh, true. You are so right about that, Leah. Let's put Heg's Breath back on the list. I think we read about him last week, but you know the energy has been shifting. And I must say, I can't wait for the movie. I cannot. You guys, like, listen, for those of you new to me, this is how I distance myself from being depressed by all of this. I think about the movies we're going to get to watch. I think about the documentaries and the TV shows. They're going to be like, dang, Shaneequa, you don't watch nothing else but 2025? You're right. Because there's so much to watch. I'm going to be watching all of it. I'm going to be like, I was there. See, I said this. You think he'll be around to March? I don't know. I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. I feel maybe January, but I don't feel March. I don't feel March. Look, I don't feel that at all. I feel maybe March. Okay. Now, when I just started shuffling, talking about why did Washington Post talk about this made up story with the boat, this is what I got. These two fell out. This feels so petty energy, to be very honest. And it's 3. So I know it's Washington Post. I know it's I keep on saying Washington Mutual. What's the other one? Wall Street Journal. There's somebody else who's celebrating. So it's Bezos, it's Murdoch, and someone else who is. This feels like okay. This is what I'm getting. It's the three witches. Like if you think about the three witches in Greek mythology or whatever, that's what they feel like. They feel like the three witches celebrating, other people's destruction and downfall. New York Times is posting on them too. Okay, who runs that? Who runs the Times? I don't know who runs the Times. But anyway, and I also got this. And so this is refusing to face the pain, prolonging the suffering, denial, avoiding confrontation, not learning mistakes from the past. That's not what I'm getting as far as why they did it. I'm getting it's the prolonging the suffering, but they are prolonging the suffering of the people of like Hag's breath, and it's antagonizing. That's what I'm getting. Thank you, love. I'm sorry I couldn't be your bedtime white noise. Oh, and it's about deception, confusion. Because like I said, them damn boats are not real. Yes, they are listen, I can't wait to watch the TV show. I don't even like TV shows, but I'm gonna watch every episode. And they better not drip it. It better just be bingeable TV shows. But anyway, so this is the high priestess, and she's usually about secrets and stuff and whatever. So they are doing it about deception because they know damn well them boats aren't real. They know they're not real. And so this is deception, confusion, and hidden agendas. So obviously we're talking about a hidden agenda here. The other thing too is that by doing it, they're helping break the people away from the devil. And also because they have found freedom away from the devil. Why? Because that man is dead. And then it's also the greedy merchants, because that's who they are. So this news is selling. Like people are eating it up. People are checking up on it, right? They're reading their articles. They're trying to follow the things. So why are they doing it? One, it makes money. And two, it feels like some petty energy. Petty energy. He made them their biatches, his biatches all year. Now they finna eat it up. See? And then it's the things that they're doing in the dark. This is the Three of Pentacles. But this is also, while there's some teamwork going on, because that's what it is initially about, is like collaboration and teamwork. I feel here, while it's saying disagreement and lack of communication, incompetence and unrecognized, it's that they are pointing out the incompetence of what has been running the show. Oh, I've never heard of them. The Ak Sulzberger. I'm so tired of all these foreigners having influence. Bezos is the only like non-foreigner. And I'm like, why are you Lex Luthor? You know, like everybody else is like a South African, an Australian, a German. Well, most of all of them are of German descent. Sulzberger probably is of German descent, considering the Ak. They're either that or Norwegian, I think, or something like that. So it's like, what did we do to you? I feel like the guy on Little Shop of Horrors, the dentist, when they go to kill him. What did I do to you? But y'all, they are working their magic. These media entities are working their magic. That's why they're going after Hag's breath. Again, it's selling the things for them. It's selling, like, getting people to sign up for their things and whatever, to read up on the news, and people are talking about it and people are visiting their sites and stuff. But it is also their get back. Like, they're literally doing their get back. They are working their magic as magicians here. They're manifesting. They're using their skills. They are doing their get back. And they're having fun doing it, because this is the moon. And so what was done in the dark is now finding its way to the light. And it's interesting. It is so interesting. I feel straight up petty energy. They are having fun with this. But you know what, though? The traps they set are going to catch their tails, too. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel like they're not going to get out of this. Okay. So, Does that count as the reading? Okay. Yeah, it counts as the reading. All right. We're going to move on to the next one then. We're going to talk about, who was that? Who was next? Let's look at your boy Voldemiller. Ooh, now that daddy is dead or right at the door. How is Voldemiller? Whoop! Jesus. How is Voldemiller? Give me Voldemiller. Let's talk about Stefan Voldemiller. You know, he always gets some female energy. He always gets female energy. This right here, I love it when you do it right there. This right here is some funny stuff. This is the Empress in reverse, right? So the Empress in reverse, he got that female energy because, you know, I think homeboy a little sweet. We done read on him a couple times. And it says neglect, lack of growth, stagnation, creative blockages. What are you gonna do now that daddy is gone? Huh, man? Huh? Okay. Oh, but he's looking. We got 2 pages again. We got the page of Pentacles. We got the page of Swords. So he's definitely trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out what he's gonna do. But what is your challenge? Because now that daddy's gone, what's your challenge? Oh. Your challenge is real leadership. You're not the leader. You are not the leader. You can't even pretend to be him much longer. Matter of fact, he might be getting shut down. I need to look into that. Somebody might be shutting him down already. Be like, all right, that's enough. Stop posting. Because I think they said, I got to look up on it. But I think now it's like a Chinese looking guy or a Korean looking guy who's posting for him now. I got to look into it. And so it's really interesting. But the leader, there's real leadership stepping up. And that leader has money. And you know who don't like him? The man with the money. Mr. Billionaire. Mr. Peter Cottontail. They had shut him down for a minute. At one point, when homeboy was like sick, they had shut him down for like a minute. Because he did that stupid thing about the limestone thing. And I think they were like, really, dude? Really? But they did have him shut down for a second. So in the past, what is that? It's a bunch of pentacles coming out. Hold on. What is that about in the past? Yeah, I don't have a moderator on here anymore. Hold on. Let me handle it. Quoth the Raven. Nevermore. Block party. You're welcome. Okay. Largest shareholder of, what did I miss? He was of the WWE too? The guy who's now posting or whatever? Hey, AJ, welcome back. The community is ripe. Okay. So, I didn't know he was at the WWE also. I thought he looked familiar. Oh, show thing. Hold on, girl. Let me add you to a moderator. I appreciate that because it's hard to do both at the same time. Perfecto. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you, AJ. Okay, so in the past, what we had coming up is the 5 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm trying to understand what that meant by the past for him. I may have to do some clarifiers on there, so I don't want to get too stuck on that. Let's get the rest of the reading and then we'll come back to this. But that's Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles coming out for him. So is it a money thing? A values thing? Pentacles are also about health, but he's weird. It's not health we're worried about with him. Anyway, what is his current energy? What is he currently stewing in now that daddy is not there? What is your current energy? The Miller? He got the queen again. Y'all, he always gets these female cards. He got the queen again. We're looking at some emotional instability. Okay. Mood swings, hypersensitivity. So how is he being impacted? Like, what is he learning in this time? Do I keep it this way or do we keep reversing? Let's keep reversing. Okay. Hello, Jeva. Hey, Camille. All right. By the way, you guys, if you do want a personal reading, I do them here. This is the list. Look through the list because there's like 10 different choices so that we are very clear on what kind of reading you actually want. So please look at the entire list. And how you choose is by touching the icon, whichever icon of that list you want. And that will do it. Also, the type of cards that I'm using, you can find them pinned right down there. And the other cards I use are also down there. Let me see. So how is he being impacted? How is he being impacted? How is he being impacted, or what is he learning? Or what has he learned? How is he being impacted now that daddy is not there? What does that mean? Okay, we're going to have to clarify that. That's a 10 of cups, and I'm trying to understand what is, I don't know. Why would he have a joy card? Happiness, fulfillment. Okay, don't clarify that right now. Right now, what I want to know is what's the outcome? What is his outcome? What is this feeling? So sudden, so new. What's his outcome? Hey, Velvet Moon. What is his outcome? By the way, if anybody wants to watch any of the past replays, the other readings, the Gemini, the Moon and Gemini reading, or the rest of the December reading, all of that is on my YouTube page. Damn, that flew. Which you can find at the hyperlink on my profile. Y'all, we got the card again. Every single person we just read, we got walking away. Every single person we just read. This is his outcome. Okay, let's clarify some things. All right, so before we read, let's clarify this stuff in his past. Now that daddy's gone, what's the stuff in his past that had impacted? What's the stuff in the past? What's the stuff in the past that matters? Like, clarify those cards, please. What's the yes responding to? I forget. Okay. Okay, so clarify that for me, please. What does this mean? So again, like I said, in the past, we got the 5 of Pentacles upright. That's hardship, poverty, insecurity, need, isolation. He didn't grow up in poverty. He definitely had isolation, and he was an outsider. So I can agree with that, but I don't. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I get it now. But we just got these 2 cards that threw themselves out. And that's the 7 of Swords, and that's the 9 of Cups in reverse. So, okay. Yep, all of them. All of them. That's been every single reading. All of them. Okay, so I can get that because with 45 in office, like you notice we didn't hear anything about him from 21 to 24, really, or at least I didn't. I don't even know where he was. I don't even know if he was still in the administration or whatever, because you didn't hear his name. So he's a nobody unless he's basically the moon next to the sun, right? The sun has to give him light for him to be able to shine, right? That's like how he is. And so he was isolated on one level. Again, we received, I don't know how much of that is true, okay? Because this is for entertainment only. But we received he has rainbow energy. And that he had an unrequited or got bullied for that rainbow energy in the past when he was in middle school. It's weird. We got the whole story. So pretty sure that's around the beginning of his villain era. So now we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And again, if you remember, the Pentacles is like the Knight of Pentacles. I look at as a mercenary, right? Like somebody doing the dirty deeds for the leader, but they have to wait for their order and wait to get paid. So that's basically what he has been in the past, except he was... That's what I'm saying. Like with the, I guess, Biden era, you don't hear about him. So there's no progress. He's nobody. So maybe that's the past that we're talking about here, is in that little window. And so now that okay, yeah, because in the first admin, he was gearing up to do his deportation thing, right? He was putting the kids in cages. He was doing all of that. It's so crazy how he grew up that bad. Because, like, I don't know if you remember or if you were around when I read the letter from his cousin, or when you read from his uncle. Like, those people aren't like this. That's why, one, I really do get that he's reincarnated. Reincarnated energy who is not here to learn. Like, he's like, I'm not here to learn. Yeah. So, I forgot what we were talking about just then. My brain just went. Yeah. So when we read the letter, she's like, we were such good cousins and we were so close and you didn't grow up like this. And we're real Jewish people. Like, we celebrate Jewish people. How are you acting like these Nazis? Like, that's basically the crux of the letter. She's like, I'm so ashamed to be known as your relative. Like, I try not to tell people who you are, like that. It was a really moving piece of thing. And she posted it like an open letter. I think it was on Facebook or something. And the uncle, I recently put it in my one of my videos, where another creator did a video on what the uncle said. And the uncle was like, boy, you ain't grow up like this, basically. Like, it was like, you would come after your grandparents, my parents, had we had to live under your policies now, but he's definitely like, okay, other people say he's somebody else, but the energy I got right off the bat, having been studying and learning about the World War II, is that he's Goebbels, because Goebbels wanted to be Hitler so bad. He was his number two for a little while. He was the minister of propaganda. So he was the one who was writing the things to persuade people. And as you see, this boy is in his writing energy to try to persuade people. It's like, to me, it's really that energy. So it's on one level, it's not just that he was, raised better. Like, we don't know everything, but he wasn't raised poor or anything like that. He was raised in an affluent area. He was raised around different people. So I honestly think if the story that we picked up is true about him being on the rainbow energy and getting outed about that, or made fun of it about that when he was really young, chances are that was by someone who was brown, because he grew up in California, in an area that had pretty much mixed heritage and stuff around there a little bit. And I do really believe that story to be true, because every time we read on him, he gets female energy. He gets queen energy, empress energy. So I definitely think it is absolutely true. And then I've showed you the picture of him. And wait, let me show you the picture real quick. When I saw that picture, I was like, okay, I wasn't just making stuff up. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. I think it's under effects. Hold on. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I can't show y'all on YouTube, so you won't see it. But I might post it in the comment section. Not comments. What do they call it? Community section. Hold on. Let me find it. Where's that? Hey, girl. you know, he had a little limp wrist energy, and I was like, oh, okay. I was right. And so far, we're literally batting like 99%. And the only thing we got wrong was the hurricane. But apparently, according to Christy Nome, that man kept the hurricanes away. So, you see that? The hey girl energy? Hey girls. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but it's just funny for him. I love all my communities, but he's just a funny character. Oh Lord, it's so hilarious. Okay, but you see it, right, Candy? He's definitely on the hey girls. Did we read that he was someone incarnated or some soul engine? We did a pendulum read on that, and like I said, it was something that I had suspected since like May or whatever, and then when we did the read, it was like, yeah, he's Goebbels, and that's what we got with the pendulum. Yeah, so like if you read about Goebbels, right? Like I've had such a crash course of history. Like I loved history before, but man, you know, like I have been digging into World War II and Mussolini and all of that because I wanted to see how people got out of this, right? Because I was really hoping that we wouldn't have to deal with we used Pearl because I didn't have Onyx at the time. But I wanted to see how people were able to get out of this, because obviously other folks have had to come through this and get out. So I was looking at that, and in looking at that, I had learned about Goebbels. And when I saw a picture of Goebbels, I was like, oh my God, you are freaking kidding me. Like this man is straight up reincarnated. They look so much alike. If you don't believe me, Google it. That picture is too far back for me to go find. So definitely Google it. And you'll be like, what? Yes. So, like I said, Goebbels was the minister of propaganda. He wanted to be the number two. I mean, he wanted to be number one. He always, like, they fired him or got rid of him like shortly before everything ended up falling down. Somebody else got the number one spot. And he had a club foot, you know, so it was really interesting to read that he had a club foot. So, and you see how that man walks. His walk is weird, like his legs are rubber bands. Okay, so let's do. Did I? Okay, yeah, I did. So, like I said, he's an outsider. That's the past. He's an outsider. And then when he was under Biden, if he was there, I don't think he was there. I got to find out where he was. You see that? You saw? Oh, you wouldn't looked at the picture. Yes. Look, I mean, they're not twins, but the energy is definitely twinish. But you know, like I said, he was supposed to go. His goal or dream or what he was promised is that they were going to go from all the stuff he was doing in 2019 and 2020 and just keep it going. But when homeboy lost, thank the Lord, that was a stagnation. That was a lack of progress. So I can see how that fits in the past. And then you have these two cards too. So you have the Merchant upside down. No, actually, Leah, it's not, I don't think they're trying to put him out front. I think he's trying to put himself out front, and he can't hang or handle it, you know? And one of the things too is like when he started going out front, that's when I started realizing, oh, DT is really not there. He's really not sick. I mean, he's really sick because why is this man out front? Yes, he don't glitch. He slips up because he doesn't know how to talk. He's a writer, not a talker. And you could tell when he writes because he's so freaking deranged. He's so deranged. You read it, you're like, what? Anyway, So also in the past is basically DT. I don't even think DT had anything to do with him. In between, so he got left behind. And then, but he stayed with his strategy and his cunning because he got right back into it. And then he got that greed, right? And then it was after the administration that he married that girl, the one who looked like him, actually. It's weird how much she looks like him. The one who left him briefly for Elon. Y'all, I can't wait for the TV show. I cannot wait for the TV show. But anyway, so the current energy he's in, like I said, he's queen energy. So he's having some emotional instability because daddy ain't there no more. Nobody's there to protect him. No one's there to keep him hinged in either, except for the man with the money. And I think they're going to either yank his chain or he might be the death that happens. Oh. Wait. Are they going to... Wait a second. I thought we had self-checkout energy, but what if it's not self-checkout? Okay. Okay. The learning / impact is I'm gonna get a clarify on real quick, because for some reason, like I said, this is positive energy. Leah, it's running on YouTube right now. So okay. This came out. I don't understand. Hold on. So you can catch it during lunch. Just skip ahead. Right now we're on 176 minutes. So skip ahead 3 hours. 3 hours? We've been doing this long? It's so much fun talking to you guys. Why did I get the chariot in reverse? Okay, clarify this stuff, please. Clarify the impact on him, please. The impact of the thing he learned. Page in reverse, emotional immaturity, creative block. Okay, but what does that have to do with the rainbow? I mean, the celebration, joy, harmony, family life. What does that have to do? Like, how is that his impact? Okay. Oh, wait. Is that what that is? Is that what that is? About the families he's tearing apart coming back together? Look. Oh. Sorry, hold on. Trying to think. Is that what that is? When it says, okay, it's supposed to be lessons learned or impact on his life. So why is it a 10? Why is it a joy card? What's the impact on his life? Well, that's kind of true. That, because like right now, his wife has the podcast and her little star is getting polished because they're interviewing her for some reason. And she talks just like him. So is that his home life improving? Because that is weird if that's what it is. What do we mean? I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding it. Why? That's too many cards. Oh. Do I take that? Yeah. Okay. And that. Straight swords. And then a hermit. What? Okay. So explain this to me. Let's look at this. Any readers in here want to help me out with this one? Because like I said, this is his energy of finding out this man is gone, right? So his current energy of having lost his protection, his cover is emotional instability, mood swings, and hypersensitivity. But this is supposed to be where he's either impacted or he learns. And so what we're getting here is this was the initial card, and I'm not understanding still why this card is the initial card, because it's not making sense to me. It's not about families being reunited. I don't understand this one. Is it because that's what I don't understand that one. But trying to clarify it, I get the Chariot, which is different energy. The Chariot's coming out with lack of direction, aggression, lack of control, but this isn't speaking well. Okay, but then also to clarify all of that, I get the Page in reverse, which does make sense. How is he being impacted? Again, lack of direction. That's 2 cards with lack of direction. So I'm still not understanding why it's talking about a good family life or happiness. I'm not understanding that part. But then, like I said, we have the heartbreak here, grief, loss. We have 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have grief, loss. We have struggle, conflict. Oh, okay, so he's going to try to go down fighting. It's the win at all costs, trying to go down fighting. So he's going to ramp up trying to take down. Okay. He's going to ramp up the deportations. Try to get as many done in this time as he can. But that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Okay. Because then we got 4. And 4 is a little bit more than 3, but under 5. So this is before, this is after heartbreak, but before other people walk away from you. But he has all of this energy. So, okay. All right. I get it. Now he knows his man is gone. He knows he has a limited window. He's going to try to cram all the pain he can into all of this. He hasn't learned anything like good. What he's learned is he's out of time. He has to hurry up. Introspection. He's not doing introspection. So what's the Hermit? Solitude. Yes, he's going to be more isolated, but it's supposed to be wisdom. The answers are within you. Is that when he's going to decide to self-check out? I need to know. That's confusing me. I need to know. Hold on. Let me get, sorry. I don't do personal readings unless you choose one from the menu. That's the only way I do personal readings. Okay. Clarify the Hermit for me, please. Don't go anywhere. Clarify the Hermit for me. Is that clarifying the Hermit? What word? Okay. Okay. People trying to do things in the dark. Disagreements. Lack of communication. He's by himself. He's out in the world by himself. But they are coming for him. The world's going to celebrate because he's coming to an end. The wisdom, truth will prevail. The Queen of Swords and the 3 of Cups. Hey, Empress. So he will be... Yeah. So he's going to try to ramp up these deportations and hurting and harming people because it gets his knock. It rock. What you get it? Ugh, gets his socks rocked. Whatever. I can't think right now. He's all about hurting people. It is his obsession. 3, 4, and 5. His obsession of causing heartbreak, of hurting people. Like he is. Like he's been done. Especially when his wife left him for Elon for a second. There we go. Gets his rocks off. I'm like, what is the phrase? Oh my God, I could not think of it for nothing. But he is isolated. They are talking about him. things are being done in secret. He's actually on the outside. He's not within the... So even if he did find out about daddy not being there anymore, he's left out of what the plans are. Vance don't like him. Oh, Vance don't like him. Child, no, he don't. So what's the outcome? Everybody walking away from him. Everybody walking away from him. That's good. But I need to know if he ends up in prison or if he goes to the self-checkout line. That's what I need to know. So let's get a yes/no card. Is he gonna get in prison? We're talking about Stefan Voldemiller. Oh, he sounds interesting then. Stefan Voldemiller. Ah, look. The Emperor. Feels like he's gonna be saved. Why? Who's gonna save him? Is he going to prison? Is he gonna go to prison? Give me a yes/no card. Will he be going to prison? Yes/no card. Yes/no card. It's a yes card in reverse. So yeah. Oh shit. Yes, he's supposed to go to prison. Y'all see that man, right? Y'all see what this man is wearing? Prison stripes. See what he's wearing? Prison stripes. So yes, he's supposed to go. This is a yes card. He's supposed to be going to prison. But I'm still maintaining he's going to self-check out. He'll be self-checking out. Unless something changes. Energy does change. But he will be self-checking out. Okay. Because see, before I finished reading, before I finished asking the question, I got the 4 Emperor, which is a no card, but it's like, no, he won't allow them to do that, because that's authority, structure, stability. Like, they would be coming after him, but he wouldn't allow it because he's going to self-check out. Yeah. So, his values are pretty much out of order. This is the Ace of Pentacles, lost opportunity, lack of planning, financial loss, mischance. Yeah, he's about to lose everything. And he's basically gonna do a 420, I guess. Isn't that what day? Didn't he take himself out on his birthday, 420? Dear Leader, or whatever his name was. Mein Kampf. And then we'll be celebrating back at the White House. We're gonna get a different White House, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, welcome back, girl. All right, so we got Voldemiller. What's the time on here? Because I gotta make sure I don't be late for the churn. I gotta take him to school. Okay, that's Voldemiller. Who was next? We did Fancy Pants. We did Voldemiller. We did the Media Boys. We did My Dream and figured out that 45 is my dream. So he will be, if he's not already gone, he will be gone very, 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 very soon. But we won't know. We won't know for a little while. I gotta be out of here by 8:20 my time. I don't know what time it is now. I know the sun is out. I know that. Oh wait, 7:46. Okay, we're good. Yeah, let's look at her. I bet she's happy. Ooh, let's see if she's happy. Let's see if she's happy. What's her energy? Oh wait, let's get the board. Let's wave the board. Board waving. So I can cut at the right place. Thank y'all so much for tapping and sharing and helping me with my goals. I only need 9 more donuts. I only need 9 more donuts. Okay. Interesting. We haven't fully read on her, but there is disharmony at the White House. There's disharmony at the White House. Oh no, I think she been realized she didn't know what she got herself into. Because she wasn't expecting that man to ever be president. She been trying to leave him forever. It's unstable home life. Just to read for it. So in that orange home is unstable home life. It is lack of community. She by herself, really, though, for real. She really is by herself. Lack of community, instability, disharmony. So let's read. If she knows that Daddy Dearest is no longer with us, let's get her energy. Or that she knows he's very nearly not with us. Though I'm telling you, I think my dream is correct. I think he is dead. I think he's gone for entertainment purposes only. But it wasn't just me who got it yesterday. Other people got it yesterday too. Just out the blue. Okay. Look. New beginnings. And then Lenormand or Lenormand reading, from what I understand, fishes are also about like money and stuff. So new beginnings for her. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And the energy underneath is the World card, but it's incomplete for her. It's incomplete. Oh, shoot, I moved y'all down too much. Hold on. Forgot I'm holding up a phone. Nickelodeon. Okay. Whoop. All right. So, yeah, so her foundational energy is the Page of Cups. New beginnings, creative inspiration, love or an apology is on the horizon. All right, so her challenge here. Oh, what had been challenging her is delay. Is this the delay? Yeah, this side. Yeah, so what has been the challenge to her happiness, to you know, her getting her new start, her new beginning, has been a delay. Because, yeah, the man should have been dead by October. He was supposed to be dead in October. He was. But then they did that medicine thing. Okay, so what's the past about her? Oops, come on. Okay, so in the past, you gave me a lot of cards for the past, but they make sense. Thank you, AJ. Y'all, yes, please tap the live. We are not even at 100,000, and I have been live for 3 hours. Please help a girl out. All right, so this is the past. I'm going to show you the cards, and then we'll go back over and reading them. So in the past, the orange people's marriage, or really, this is what we're dealing with. So we have here a lack of recognition, a lack of success, self-doubt, lack of confidence, lack of inspiration. So that's the 6 of Wands. We also have in the past, oh, there's 4. Okay. Oh, where is Amy when you need her, child? Amy, we got some more 6s, girl. Uh-oh. And then we just had a blinking light. Please don't bring any more spirits in here. I'm not channeling today. Okay. So then we have the 6 of Cups in the past. There's some nostalgia here. Not for him, but for... I don't know. What just jumped up to me, really, was like, is the past love versus... And we're not even talking about him. But he did woo her, you know, with the cups and like trying to give her gifts and stuff like that. So he did woo her that way. He didn't have to. And she made sure to trap him with a baby for marriage. But he was dumb. He kept getting trapped. It's interesting. Because that's how Marla got the ring. Marla was pregnant. That's so funny. Marla got out quick too, boy. Okay, so then she was financially insecure, money and all that stuff, poverty, stinginess, material loss, whatever. So that is her past, yes. But also emotional manipulation. It was both ways of emotional manipulation when it comes down to their relationship. Because obviously she wanted to get out of the Epps stuff, being in that ring, and And once married, she found out that man wasn't no husband. He was abusive. He was quite abusive. And then just threw money at you, like treat you like a prostitute the entire time you're married to him. Listen, she got her baby. She locked it down. It was her trade-off. Because, you know, he can always threaten to get her deported. You know what I mean? So, that sucked. Let's look into her current energy, though. Now that she knows this man ain't here or he finna be gone. What's her current energy? Why do I feel suddenly happy? Good morning, Nicole. Why do I feel suddenly happy with that? Like, I just felt like this little sprig of joy pop up in my chest. So I think she's not upset. Let's see. So what's her current energy she's stewing in with this information, with this revelation? Did they tell her? I wonder. What's the current energy? You got to watch how these people move over the next couple of weeks. Watch how they move. Girl, I know I would be. That chick been trying to move to Switzerland for the longest. I think she has a bodyguard or somebody she has an affair with. She was trying to get Baron out of it, but that boy's getting sucked right on in. What's her current energy? I still don't feel like Baron's gonna... It's weird. I just don't feel like he'll make it to 30. So packaged. What is the energy she's doing in? Current energy. How does she currently feel with this information? How does she currently feel with this information? Whoa, whoa, whoa. How is she currently feeling with this information? All right, guys. After this one, I think I'm gonna have to get off. I might have one more I can squeeze on in. Kirky, send me a message if you're able to meet this morning to do your reading. Ay. Oh. Okay. Is that it? Because we got the Emperor in reverse. What's the energy she's in if he's gone? And then we have Temperance. Okay. If I need to clarify on that, we will. What is the lesson learned? Child, I don't think her bag has been unpacked, Candy. Because she was not expecting that man to win. Or to run. That lady was ready to live her life. You see, they have to use AI or Photoshop to make pictures of them like as if they're holding hands. And child, that girl is not trying to feel him. And then all of a sudden she's at all the events. She's not at the events. Okay. That girl got the faith. She finally got hope again. She got faith and hope again. Keep a bag packed like a pregnancy bag. Or a hoe bag. Anyway, so what's the outcome? How is she going to live her life? What's the outcome for Lady Tron? What's the outcome for Lady Be Best? What the heck is Be Best? That was like the dumbest slogan ever. Be best. Be best. What does that mean? What is the outcome? I'll be so glad when we're not run by idiots anymore. Whew. Oh. Now you know doggone well she squirreled money away. Oh. What does that mean? Okay. So I just got in the outcome, I got the justice card. That's real interesting. Is she gonna get caught up in what happened? And then we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. It must have something to do with the coin. Oh, she's gonna get in trouble about that coin, y'all. She's gonna get in trouble about that coin. And I think they're gonna freeze their assets, because that's our money. Oh, wow. All right. What else do I have to, what do I have to clarify? Anything I got to clarify? We'll see. All right. So looking at Melania Bibist. Bibist. So her initial energy here, why is this, my light's changing? Okay. Listen, I do think they're going to do that. Now, if she pulls a Erica, she going to move that money as soon as she heard he was dead. She going to move that money fast. However, that means they're going to come after hers. And because these banks are getting in trouble, especially like Deutsche Bank and all them things that they've been using for offshore, it still might get frozen because those people are being called to the carpet. So it still might get frozen. Okay, let me move this out of the way now that we're wrapping up. Oops. So again, like the energy that she's sitting on or sitting in is the Page of Cups. And so it's definitely a new beginning for her. She can feel it. She can feel it because that man is, if he's not gone, which I already dreamt he is, he right there. Okay. So she's feeling that new energy. And what was preventing her from feeling that before is basically the delay. That man should have died a few times, actually. I know she was pissed because this year he was having a lot of emergencies. Allegedly, she was in Walter Reed in September during the time that he was not there, apparently, just doing a tour. So it was supposed to be September. It was supposed to be October. He had an emergency in November. And so she, like, there's some delay. She kind of holding out a little bit, like, okay, are y'all for real this time? But it's for real this time. So how has it been in the past for her? Basically, like I said, they had a very emotional, manipulative relationship. Both sides, really. How she got in, but boy, she didn't know what she was getting into. The man was abusive, financially, emotionally, and word tale, kind of physically, or at least sexually. He was also kind of stingy with the money, which nobody expected. And when he threw it at her, it was like, thank you for being a prostitute, basically. Excuse my language. This feels like her dissociation, like her escape of going back into her memory, or like just trying to remember good times, or, you know, kind of feeling like of Mice and Men when they talked about the farm that they're going to have, and with the fat rabbit and all that kind of stuff. But it also like talks to me really of a past love, of like somebody she loved maybe back in her country, because it's like a long time ago. And then also in the past is the Six of Wands. So again, as a female, especially in this area of powerful men, she was pretty much treated as if she was nobody until he became the president. Then everybody's like, oh, Melania, you're so smart. I want to dress like you. And now she was somebody, you know? I had never seen somebody hate it worse than she did. Now we get into some major arcana. So when we talk about her feelings now she's sitting in the energy of, okay, if y'all never watched Diary of a Mad Black Woman, this is what I just got. He's Charles in a wheelchair. So like if you ever watched Diary of a Mad Black Woman or whatever, this man had been abusive to her, dragged her out the house, replaced her with a mistress, you know, everything. And then when he got shot or hurt or whatever, because they were still married, she had to take care of him or something like that. Either they were still married or she was just the only one who would take care of him. But the way she took care of him was very abusive, very neglectful. You know, she would have been charged with a felony. Like, she let him fall in the water. Listen, I'm not disagreeing. Okay. Charles was abusive and Charles got abused. That's a stain on her heart though. But anyway, that's what it feels like in a way. Is like, good. I don't give a, like, you were horrible, horrible, you know. So that's that part of it. And I kind of feel too, like she feels like she's actually free of these men, because he was like literally the last man over her life. So I think she feels like she's free of the men. And that's where the temperance part comes in, because like it's now we can balance this out. Now we can shift the cup to filling up my cup. So that feels like how she feels. Like now she can get into a place of putting some balance into her life, having her own power, but also to start her own healing. And so when we talk about her impact or what she's learning, is like, again, it's having faith and hope again. Like she feels good about her prospects now, her life now. Like things that she has been wishing for is happening. Thank God. Finally, he's dead. Like that kind of thing. So it's hope, it's inspiration. It's like she's feeling good. However, I feel like the governments are going to go knock, knock. We want our money back. And in fact, we're not asking you. We took our money back. This feels like there's going to be some flip to her circumstances. So are the men completely gone out of your life? No, because now the government's back. Justice is back. Justice is about to come and get what's theirs. You benefit off of it, you know, whether you wanted to or not. They literally made a coin with your name on it. You know what I'm saying? So the money was funneled to you. So there's that funny financial stuff. So your coin is now going to cost you your coins. And that's what's up. Sorry for that girl. Cause like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. She could have said, no, I don't want a coin. Like, you keep that shit over there. You do your dirt. Leave me alone. Just keep my bills paid and keep me on the wheel, you know? But no. I wonder if they're going to go after her though. Someone brought up that they think she might not be able to continue her life either. Yeah, she profited and she was complicit. She lived off our money. You know, she doesn't really make her own. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna feel that freedom for a little bit, but it's gonna be knock. Hello, we want our money. So that's gonna be the ultimate outcome. I don't see that being like right now, because I think all that financial stuff is gonna be a little bit slower to happen than the other stuff that's more immediate, you know? I mean, at least financially on her end, like the other people financial stuff is going to happen pretty fast. Like, I'm not reading those. Okay. So what time is it? Okay. We got time for one more. Who was the other person we needed to read? Sorry. Bye. Yeah. Yeah, I can do one more. Let's see who we got. Okay, so we did Fancy Pants. We did Volder Miller. We just did Be Best. Oh, let's look at Heggie. I never read on her. She never interested me. You talking about Sawface? That lady looked like she was on Saw. Are you talking about Sawface? Oh, thanks. I forgot. Board is for me to remember where to cut. Thank you. Okay. Are you talking about Sawface? She needs a tricycle. Oh my God, please. If I ever get face surgery, please let me stop at something normal. Because, like, how do you look yourself in the mirror? Oh, okay. I want to look at Heggie Breath. Because It's funny. I hear, what's that? Young Jock, meet me at the club. It's going down. Oh, snap. That's interesting. Bravery. Strength. Looks like mama finna wrestle the truth from his jaws. All right, so we are going to look at Heggy breath. Heggy breath. Heggy breath. Keg's breath. Whatever you want to call him. Let's get his energy right now. How is he feeling? How is he feeling? Let's lay that foundation down. What is his foundational card? If it's a cups, I'm going to laugh. Because I do think he went back to drinking. Let's get down to business. You're not interested? Oh, and Kirk? I'm not interested in Kirk at all. We've read on her before. She's just a manipulative little woman. I think we got, it's funny, I think we got that she's, is it an assassin or she's just very trained energy? Yeah, I'm not interested in the Saw lady. All right, Heg breath, Heg breath, Heg breath, Heg breath. Keg's breath, Pentagon Pete. What is the, oh, Jesus, that just lit up. What's his energy? What is his energy? What is his energy? Lay it down. Hello. Okay. I was going to say, when are you going to let me know? Oh, snap. All right. It's a lot of energy. Oh, snap. I don't even know if we need to read further than this, y'all. Look what we got for Heggy breath. First off, we got all that hard work going to waste. He has no long-term vision. He ain't gonna be able to harvest. He's not gonna be able to reap. Everything he thought he was gonna get is about to go poof, be gone. Okay, so he's just watching all that junk just go away. Then we got that his world just came to an end. So here's the world card. That's completion, baby. It's over for you. Not only is it over, the military finna come for your ass. Because this is my military card. So this is the Chariots. This is definitely my military card. So they coming for you. And that's really interesting. And I don't really give a shit. I'm sorry. But disappear. Let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. I'm sorry. Y'all give me 5 minutes, okay? Thank you. No, that was a block. Who cares? No. That's wild. In the age of Maury Povich TV shows, you would think men would learn to cover up completely so that they don't have to hear you are the pappy with women they don't want to be with. All right, so anyway, so foundationally, we're looking at the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We're looking at the World card. I blocked. We're looking at the Chariot, and we're looking at the Two of Cups, which is a partnership. I will probably ask for clarification on that in a little bit. Let's look at the challenge. What is challenging homeboy right now? Right? It's like, I am responsible for it. I don't care. Ooh. I love this for him. This is his cups. I told you he was going to have cups. I told you he was going to have cups. That boy be, there's something in this liquor. Knight of Cups. So he is in the reverse, by the way. So that's emotional manipulation, moodiness, and instability. So yeah, he back in them cups because, baby, you ain't getting out of this one. Because even if Bradley called it by himself, ain't you the leader? Aren't you the leader? So don't you get to say, yeah, don't do that? Okay. Ooh. Is this the past or is this the challenge? This challenge. Okay. I thought you were giving me a pass card, but this is challenge. So we just got Hangman. So now he's in suspension. Let's see what happens. He got some big energy so far. What's in his past with regards to his current situation? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop that. Okay, in his past is Knight of Wands. It's being stupid, being rash, moving forward on all this action, being G.I. Joe. And you know, I bet he regrets making that video because I know some of y'all new to me, so you don't understand what I'm about to say, but all those Venezuela boat videos are AI. And so I know he's regretting that first video because that first video has 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike, 4. Like, why you made a video for your friends? That's so interesting. What is this for? Is this for the past or is this for his current? Is this for the past or for his current? For the past? For the current? Current. Okay. Okay. So current energy, we're looking at the devil in reverse. So he think he's free. And then we're also looking at the moon. I'm so ready for it too. Like, Karkia, I'm ready for people to understand we are not looking at reality. We are not looking at reality. And they say it all the time. Is this for current energy or for the learning? Child, these cards trying to hurry me up. They're like, keep going. Damn. Okay, so things that he's learning or being impacted by is the High Priestess and the 3 of Swords. We'll talk about that, what that means in a second. They're like, hurry up, girl. Okay, so what's the outcome? So I can finish the reading, I guess. So what's the outcome of the thing that's on his brain right now? What's the outcome? Listen, man, stop throwing stuff at me. 8 of Wands. Go ahead and clarify that because I don't know if it's in the right way. Because you threw it at me, so I don't know which way it was supposed to go. So can you give me clarity to that? So then you give me 6 of Wands. Great. Okay. All right. You might as well go ahead and clarify the whole thing. What's the outcome? Clarify the outcome. Okay. And then you give me the Magician. And you give me... What does that mean? Oh, girl. He finna wheedle his way out. Got it. Got it. See? 5 of Swords on the end. He finna wheedle his way out. If he avoids conflict. What? Okay. Let's talk about it. All right. So his presence, who he is at foundation of the thing. I know I'm trying to hurry up. So the foundation of the reading of what Keg's Breath is currently experiencing. So again, everything that he's worked for is about to dissipate. It's about to just, like, he's watching it all just go away. He thought he had a great opportunity, but yeah, he finna be, you're fired. Okay. Because it's coming to a close. Everything about it is coming to a close. So he's at the end of the world as he knows it. Because the military finna come for his ass. He has made enemies of the military. Good morning. Lisa. Girl, that's the first reading we did. You saw my video. So the first reading we did, catching y'all up real quick. The first reading we did was to establish whether it was 46 or we'll call him 45 because I don't want to call him 47. And we got very, very clear that it was 45. So you're going to have to like watch the beginning. It's already streaming to YouTube, so it'll be clearer. You wouldn't have to wait. This card I needed some clarity on because he's trying to, no. This is him passing the buck. This is him passing the buck. So he passed that cup to Bradley, right? He's like, nope. And he passed the cup to Bradley. But guess what? It's still over him because y'all both under the same umbrella of the oath. So the cup got passed, but it's still over you. Now, what challenges him is this, is that he is stuck, right? He is stuck. He is in suspension. He doesn't know what's going to happen, but he does know what's going to happen. He's going to be let go himself. So he is stuck like this. And then he is in his cups. So I definitely think he's back drinking. I really do. Really, really strongly do. This is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. And this is emotional manipulation. So on one hand, because these boats are fake, it's all manipulation. And you know who's jerking his chain? We read about it twice today. The media, Bezos and Murdoch, they are jerking his chain because they know this junk ain't real. And so they just keep making the story worse and worse and worse. And this person, and this dumbass boy, he had made an AI video made that was like some fantasy dream of like being tough guys on a little boat, you know? And so with that rash action that he took, the risk taking that he did, the impulsive stupidity that he did, it came back to bite his ass. Because what he did in the dark, what he thought he was doing in the dark with this moon card is coming to light. So he thought he was free by throwing Bradley underneath. He thought he was free of the devil, free of paying the piper. But he's not, okay? Because what's going to happen is the high priest is going to tell everything. She's going to tell all his secrets. We're going to find out about that AI. We really, really are. She's telling all his secrets. And baby, you want to talk about heartbroken? You want to talk about grief and loss? You want to talk about your name not worth crap anymore? Oh, yeah. We already don't say your name right anyway. So outcome. The outcome of his story is that there's going to be delays. There's going to be miscommunication. There's going to be slow progress, lack of movement. In other words, you guys, life is pretty much on hold for him right now. I think we're going to go really fast, though, with dealing with him. Because, like I said, this card flew out, and it flew out topsy-turvy. And so I think this also goes there, is that the punishment is going to be swift. Now the stick is a baton. The punishment is going to be swift. You finna get the beat down. So that's going to be movement, action, rapid change. It's finna be swift. Except, here's what's going to happen, y'all. Wait. This one came out next. So then we had the Six of Wands next in reverse. And the Six of Wands is about lack of recognition, lack of success, self-doubts, lost confidence, lack of inspiration. So yeah, like I said, the name's not going to be worth anything. And he's going to be treated as pariah as he's taking this walk of shame. But guess what's going to happen? He is going to sing. He is going to be a magician and get his way out as best he can. He's still going to have to pay something, you know what I mean? But he's going to break free. I don't know if he's going to do jail time or how long he'll do jail time. It might not be too long. But he's going to sing on everybody. He's still going to sing. He's still going to make sure that he don't take it all. I know we're leaving now. All right. So I'm about to be out, y'all. This was fun. This is fun. Like I said, if you want your own personal, I will honor the 30-minute for the next half hour. So you can go ahead and grab you a 30-minute reading if you'd like, or you can get the 50% off now, which I will change as soon as I get back. I keep saying I'll do that, but I will. For the longer read, so we can spend an hour together really deep diving into getting clarity on an issue for you, or several issues, however many we can fit in there. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank you so much for the likes. We didn't make it to 100,000. Let's not do that again if I'm going to spend 4 hours on here. This is my energy too. Get you a tapper, because I'm definitely getting one to help people out. And all right, thank y'all so much. Bye-bye.